art
There
tutorials.
we go. We are now live on YouTube as well. How does one escape art block? I swear.
It is escapable.
Yes.
It is.
I like coming up with stories, dude.
What?
I got a hair growing in my elbow pit. Like, look at it.
I can't. Ow. Did you
got
pull
it.
it out? Wow, you did.
Got to keep myself well groomed, you know.
I shall.
Art block, right? How I get out of art block is I start drawing images that are more meaningful to me, like my own characters or stories. I feel like a lot of people get trapped in like, I need to practice, I need to grind the fundamentals. But at the end of the day, like, I mean, it's not like that isn't important, but like if you lose enjoyment in the process, then what's the point?
Yeah.
Like, you want to have fun drawing, and so you practice fundamentals, and in the process you lose the fun, but you keep you keep doing the things that made the fun go away. And I feel like a lot of people get stuck in that, so it's
I
like
think
doing
so.
both is great.
Yeah. Sometimes just going back to like comfort zone helps with like getting yourself back in, because like the end goal isn't to like, I mean, I think the end goal is just to get yourself out of it,
Out of it,
out of art block, and you know you can use whatever means necessary.
yeah, just have fun and experiment and try stuff and draw your own characters and stories and ideas.
I want to practice right now, but I don't know what to do. What should I study?
Hey, Nana.
Well, you can start off with like, what do you want to, what's like your art goals? Like, what do you want to be able to do in the future? You know?
Yeah, that's definitely like a what are your goals type thing. By the way, chat, this is the image that I was talking about. So I did this background painting. I just finished it up recently. And Christina put the Mickey that she's been drawing on top of it. And we kind of turned it into a little, here, I'll do this.
Like a little screen cap, like a fake
dating
sim screen cap. It's so
It looks pretty good. I think it turned out really nice.
Yeah, it makes me want to make a dating sim game
Yeah, for real.
of all of our
Mickey
characters.
Beaky. And she's like,
Beaky.
oh, you think you can beat me at my favorite game? Bite me.
Bite me.
And there's
she's
her
like
little
that.
gaming setup back there. It looks good.
Yeah,
like
it
honestly,
does.
it was super fun to see it come together.
Ooh, I want to study color theory, but I can't right now because no art materials. What art materials do you have? Because you can get something as simple as like, you know, crayons and Crayola. I mean, I don't really know what your setup is, but like I think there's really cheap ways to get some art materials and also get, you know, practice with some coloring. We can talk about some color theory today if we have the time.
My parents think art isn't worth it. What should I do? There's definitely a number of strategies. Number one, you can do some research, talk to professional artists, and bring that to them. That's kind of like what Christina did with her parents.
Yep.
Her parents
Let them
wanted
listen
her.
to.
What?
Yeah, let them listen to podcasts. You
Yeah,
know.
her parents wanted her to be like a doctor or a psychologist, and so she showed her dad some different content on art and what she wanted to go into, and he ended up being like, okay, like, well obviously you want to do this, so no point in fighting it.
Yeah.
And it looks like you can make a decent living from it.
Mm-hmm.
Or you know, you could take the Glenn Vilppu approach. He's a super famous figure drawing teacher. I think he worked on a bunch of Disney stuff. He's like super old now. He teaches still. And he said, my parents wanted me to become a doctor. He said, I never argued with them. I just didn't. And you could take that.
Yeah. Are art classes your full-time gig? Do you guys do character design or work in the industry?
Right now, it is our full-time thing.
Yeah.
But I used to do concept art for games. I haven't done that in a couple of years, though, because we've been so busy with what we're doing right now.
Yeah, I used to study to initially go into what Colton was going to do, but then we ended up starting our business, and I just work on art for our business. Ooh, Artyom says, I'm helping voice my friend's visual novel. Oh, that's fun.
That's fun.
What's the best way to study and learn anatomy? Well, I'm so glad you asked. Well, first of all, it's taking a figure drawing class, but I think trying to break down the body into manageable steps is going to be like your best bet. The anatomy part is kind of like the last step, but I don't know. Did you want to say something first?
Nope.
Okay.
I was totally zoned out.
All right, no problem. So like if you want to practice anatomy, I would take it with this step, with these 3 steps or stages. You know, proportion and gesture. We have a figure drawing class coming up actually later this weekend, right?
Yes.
This weekend.
What's the card? Is that one the card?
Yes, right here.
You can take a screenshot of this. We do have a figure drawing class starting this Saturday. You can still sign up. Sign-ups are still
There we go.
still open.
This is where you can meet with us once a week, and you get your homework critiqued.
It's a live Zoom class. It's actually going to be 7 weeks long now. We added an extra week to the class, but we didn't update the website. But yeah, if you're interested in that sort of thing, Dahlia, I'm excited as well.
Yeah, Dahlia is one of our students who's going to be taking it, so that's
Found
gonna be
this
great.
on my recommendations. Awesome.
Hey,
Welcome.
awesome.
Yeah, I find teaching and, helping students grow and get better is one of the most rewarding things. I like it just as much, if not more, than working professionally. Now, don't get me wrong, like, there's really fun stuff about working professionally. You really get pushed. You have art directors who are helping you improve your work. It's kind of like paid practice. The only thing is you don't really get to choose your job a lot of the time. But especially if you work at, like, a game studio, you'll work on whatever, a new installment of a game for 4 years. Without, you could quit, obviously, but you might have to screenshot this. Do you need that back?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
But, oh my gosh, it's so fun teaching and helping people get better. You just see the progress, and they really, like, enjoy art and get through creative blocks. It's super rewarding.
Yeah. So forms of the body, and then anatomical information. So if you want to get better at anatomy, you want to think about these 3 things. And notice that anatomy is actually in the last bit. I would say your most important steps to just getting a body in general is these 2. So if you can, like, really max out on this
part. How much
part.
you want to join?
Oh, yeah.
The classes are 500.
Yep, class are 500 for 6 weeks.
And I haven't
7 weeks,
updated the page, but it is actually a 7-week class.
Yeah. What would you recommend for a beginner who wants to learn anime style as their goal? Learn the style and also learn the fundamentals, because the fundamentals, like, learning figure drawing, learning perspective and form drawing and color theory and all that stuff will improve your anatomy. And so will improve your anime style, right? So, like, there's anime style is more than just the stylistic features, more than just, like, how to draw anime eyes or hair or whatever. It's actually more like you need to start from the source, which is generally realism, like how do forms work, right? Because anime eyes are a derivative of, like, realistic eyes, for example. Anime bodies are a derivative of real bodies. So, like, if you know the realistic stuff and know how to construct, you can then stylize it and turn it into that. So this part right here is basically like the foundation of drawing bodies. And for this part, like, we don't really cover any, like, here's how to draw an anime body. It's more of, like, here's how to break down a figure. And that is how you actually learn. So here, this is our brush. It's super good. You can honestly use it for almost anything. It has a really good texture too. Well, I was thinking of getting Anime Art School. Are there any discounts at the minute? Actually,
there is.
Yes, we
actually,
do.
Funny enough, we have a 20% off right now. You're lucky, honestly.
Very lucky.
We have a 20% off coupon, and if you get Anime Art School, you'll also get a watercolor of your character
sent to you,
mailed to you.
Yes.
So you actually got the one of the best discounts we've ever run right now.
Yeah, one of the best promotions, honestly.
So use the code LOVE to get 20% off, and if you get it, let us know, and we will set up a time to do a watercolor of your OC or character.
Yep.
And you'll get it. We'll mail it to you.
Yeah. What a wonderful question to ask.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. So the way how I was able to do this body is because I basically applied these steps. I figured out my proportion, which is like, okay, I figured out my pose and gesture. So I'm like, I want my body to look like this, to have this, like, S curve. And I wanted her to look cheerful.
Steven, we'll get to your question in a sec.
What's the question? Because I'm actually curious.
What would you recommend for a beginner who wants to learn anime style as their goal?
I actually did answer that one.
Oh, did you?
Yes, but I should have actually said their name. But you can actually answer if you have an idea for it. If you have
I have to clean up my
comments.
Photoshop, dude.
Yeah, no problem.
So busy, so much Windows.
So, like, here I'm thinking about my my proportions and my gesture. And these can just be like really simple lines. One way that you can do it as well is just draw like curves. You can think flat because you're just thinking about like what's the flow. So you can just start with something like this and you're like, okay, well now I want to mark out my proportions, and now I want to mark out the shapes, so on and so forth.
Okay. Hey, Dahlia on YouTube. Hello. Found the channel on your recommendations. Awesome. Well, I hope you enjoy it. I was thinking about getting animation school. Yes. Okay. If you have any questions, Phoenix, let us know. Changing my thinking to 3D has been the hardest part, but Box Jail has helped. Honestly, that's 100%. It's like learning a new language. It's like learning a new way of thinking. Drawing in 3D, form drawing, dimensional drawing is one of the most important skills you can possibly develop. It's so important. Every single thing you're going to draw is going to be in 3D. And there's, there's a concept of 2D versus 3D thinking, and you use them together, and you kind of have to have a fluency in both.
Yeah.
2D would be like the design aspect, and 3D would be like the dimensional and form aspect, and they kind of work together. You sort of switch back and forth in your brain.
Like proportion and gesture is kind of like the 2D thinking, and the form is like the 3D thinking that combines the two. I'm using the box.
Oh, nice, Nana, for your collab art. It's so good. Who are you collabing with anyway?
What's the box trick?
I don't know what the box trick is, but I mean, boxes are good.
Yeah. Is it possible to learn drawing without any drawing class?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can definitely get better. I mean, for sure, you can absolutely. I would say classes are absolutely worth it. The time that they will save you is much, much, much more valuable than the money that you would spend on them. But you can absolutely learn without classes.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably going to encounter certain roadblocks that are going to take a lot longer to get past, because if you don't have people critiquing your work, or you don't know specifically what to practice, then you can get stuck. But I think people have definitely done it.
Yep. Can I see your anime art?
While
I draw this stuff.
Here. This is the
example.
background that I painted, but Christina did this.
Mm-hmm, that's what I did.
This is Mickey. This is my character.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Christina.
You're welcome. You better use that as your wallpaper. I'm kidding.
I already have it in my Discord banner.
Yeah, you do.
But yeah. That's the only thing I have on hand right now.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to go to...
Yes, you will be able to watch a stream later. You can rewind it actually right now, Rodeus, on YouTube. Do you guys have an art book?
We have how to draw books. We don't
Yes.
have like an art book filled with our own art.
These are our 2 books. I'm going to zoom out a little bit, which you guys can actually get this on the TikTok shop. So these are our 2 how to draw books. This is our first volume, and this is our second volume. This volume covers like just the basics of drawing manga and like anatomy. It has an anatomy section and how to construct the body. It also has like how to break down the body, and also illustrations and clothing. This one covers more of like how to design your own characters and make your own stories. So you can actually get both of these on Amazon. Not Amazon. Yeah, yes, Amazon too, but on TikTok shop as well.
Yep. Oh, physical copy of these streams.
In a way, these are kind of like a physical copy.
Yeah, we don't private any of our live streams that we do. They're all publicly available on our channel.
Mm-hmm. How do I make my drawing poses not stiff? Well, you can think about like what makes it look stiff, right? Stiff versus dynamic. Colton actually did a little like little chart like this. So stiff generally has a lot of rigid straight lines, generally. Rigid lines.
Well, verticals, horizontals, symmetry.
Yeah, symmetry.
Rigid, I don't know what is rigid.
Maybe I should say
verticals.
straight verticals.
Because like you can have angled lines; those are very dynamic.
That's true. Verticals, horizontals, horizontal lines.
Symmetrical things are pretty stiff.
Yeah, symmetrical. Not really much of curves,
Yeah.
right? But with dynamic, there's generally a lot more curves. There's motion. So symmetry, when things are symmetrical, it looks like someone's like standing right in place, right? This is symmetrical. This is symmetrical. This is symmetrical. Everything's like, you can just divide them all and they'd be all, just symmetrical, right? But with something that's dynamic, like this, for example, you can't really divide it in half and have equal parts.
General, do the same drawing tips and tricks also apply on paper? Absolutely. It's all the same.
Even with a shape like this, that's asymmetrical, looks more dynamic than this one. Now this like looks kind of abstract because it is.
You can write asymmetry.
Yes, asymmetry. Perfect.
What mic are we using? The MD7X or something like that. Sure, MD7X. I don't remember. MV7X is it? I don't remember. Something like that.
Things also tend to look flat and stiff when you have no overlaps.
I never pinged, by the way.
Ooh. So, like, for instance, if your poses always look like this, where everything is like straight, you're afraid to go outside of this pose, that's what makes it look stiff. But if you're like, okay, I'm just going to add a bit of a hip bump, contrapposto, this immediately causes asymmetry. This is very symmetrical. This is asymmetrical. You already have movement, which is like shoulders up, hips down. Weighted leg up, relaxed leg down. This automatically looks more flowy. Even if it's just a standing pose.
You can get the brush on the linky on our profile, by the way.
Yep.
So if you're asking about that, this is it. How long did it take you to draw that? Well, many years.
Many years.
I don't know. Yeah, like stiffness comes from the principles that make something stiff, right? Symmetry, a lack of flow, like no gesture, no unevenness. Like when things are very even, when things are not planned out to like play together as one cohesive thing, like a gesture, then you tend to get a lot of stiffness.
Yeah.
That's like the whole concept of like gesture drawing and stuff is kind of built to combat that issue.
I think if your drawing lacks energy, it's also because maybe you're just too stressed. That can also really stiffen someone up.
Yeah.
So if you want to break the stress, do a bunch of 1-minute gestures just to get like a flow going, and then you'll be able to get nicer lines easier.
Struggle with arms in any pose. What about perspective? What about it?
Yeah, what about perspective? Arms in any pose? I would say arms are cylinders. So if you can draw cylinders in different angles, like a cylinder from the side view kind of looks like a rectangle. But and a cylinder from the front basically just looks like a circle. So you want to draw what's in between, right? Maybe a circle that's halfway looks like this. Not circle, a cylinder that's like halfway between these two looks like this. And then as it gets slowly more towards the side view, you get this ellipse gets thinner and thinner. And arms is just cylinder simulator. I need to make this a little bit wider, make this a bit narrower. Right? And then when you know how to draw cylinders, you can then draw cylinders, 2 cylinders at different angles. Maybe one that's facing towards us, and maybe one that's facing up. That could be an arm. Actually, that does not look very good. I want to actually attach this to this torso here. So what I do to attach arms is I will take this torso and I'll draw like a little armhole, kind of like cut into that form, and then I will attach that cylinder to that armhole. And then I will think, okay, well, where's my hand going to be in relationship to this head? Well, like, what if I want it here? So this could be like a very simple plane, and all I have to do now is just connect like this. And then to give it some perspective, I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'll draw my cylinder like this. This one's facing up. We kind of see the top of the cylinder. And maybe this one, we'll see the side of the cylinder. And then you could just connect that. You got an arm. Not the best looking arm, but
how do I make them not look like cylinders on a body? Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Cylinders are a lot harder than they seem.
Yeah.
However, if you do want to, you can just add a very simple indication of maybe like the deltoid and the bicep and the tricep and the like the flexors and extensors, and all of a sudden it becomes an arm, but it goes on the underlying foundation of the cylinder. But you see how Christina basically just went deltoid, elbow, you know?
Yeah, elbow, forearm.
Extensors.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it's an arm, but the form is still there. The form needs to be there, right? You could give like a little indication of maybe the separation in here.
Oh, yeah. Fancy.
Maybe a little bit of the tricep in there, right? Although it's a massive arm.
It's a very big arm. I drew too big. I drew the arm too big. There we go. Now that it looks a little bit better.
That's a good question. Drawing with Tootsie, we can definitely cover that. You want to practice. You want to draw 250 boxes for practice, but you don't want to end up drawing 250, and it's just bad boxes.
That's a really good
It is
question.
a good question.
That is so good. You can cover that if you want.
We can finish talking about arms first.
Okay. Hands are basically an extension of your arms, so like they're not separate, they're connected to the arm, and you want to make sure that your hands are the flow of the hands matches the arm's energy, if that makes sense. Like you don't want the hand to look super stiff but the arm super flowy. They kind of, you want to draw them together. And what my favorite way to draw hands is to just draw like little sheets of paper like this, and I can curve the sheets of paper. So like I can, for the fingers, if I want bent fingers, I can say, okay, maybe my ribbon will look like that. And if I want to attach it to the palm, it's just another sheet of paper like this. And then I can add in another sheet of paper, which is my thumb. Now I can edit this pose any way I want. I can just say, okay, well, this is just a general placeholder for where my fingers are going to be. What if I want my pinky out here? And then the rest of my fingers doing that. Well, because I already established the general proportion and the overall form, detailing this would be a piece of cake. Focus on cylinders until it looks good, and then add more. That's a bit of a hard thing because making cylinders looking good takes a long time. I mean, I would just say that does the cylinder feel like it's in the correct perspective? And if it does, then yes, add more.
Because, how do you practice? Yeah. Is there any tool where you can train on gesture drawings? Yeah, like timed practice is good. You can do 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute poses and focus on the flow, the gesture of the poses. I would really recommend something like, let me think. Tony, just go live on your own if you don't like what we're teaching. Otherwise, I'm just gonna mute you. I would say, let me think. Michael Hampton's figure drawing, design, and invention is good. It covers a lot of gesture drawing. We do have some gesture drawing on here.
Yeah, let me see here.
Let's go into the...
I think I have a pose section. There it is. Well, hold up. I need to find it. 1 second. I thought I had it in here.
I thought it was towards the end.
Towards the end?
Yeah, like it's the gesture and flow and posing.
Oh,
part, right?
towards book 2. Okay, yeah. Here it is. Some gesture.
Yes.
S and C curves.
So you can just take a screenshot of this if you want. This is from our book, volume 2. This is like the basics of gesture drawing, for example. So you can break the body down into S and C curves, like bend and stretch.
And then there's more bend and stretch with the torso right here. Proportion curved versus straight lines. I really like that little section right here.
Yeah. It is good stuff.
Just adds more like some dynamic movement.
But yeah, we can talk about the box thing because that's a really good point. Or that's a really good thing to cover. I'd love to.
Yep.
If you're still here drawing with Tootsie, we can cover that.
Yes,
is the book on TikTok Shop? Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. All right, we can cover what you want to cover.
Oh, oops. Come on, dude, guys. There we go. Yeah, try not to backseat too much in the chat. Definitely fine with people giving advice to other people, but if you come in the stream and you just like deliberately like contradict everything that we teach, like it would be so much better to just start your own live stream and teach people. It would help way more people. Like if your goal is to help people, just go start an educational channel or go live and help people. It doesn't help people to just go and like into someone else's stream and try to like say that they're wrong. But it's all good. I appreciate the I appreciate that. Just discovered this channel tonight. It's so helpful. Awesome. Yeah, so boxes, right? Boxes are really, really, really important, okay? And so I can talk a little bit about that. So you just did 23 boxes. Are you doing them with like a horizon line and a vanishing point here? Or are you just doing them like freehand, like this sort of thing? Not freehand, but you know what I mean,
like which one are you doing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you, Tony. By the way,
it's all good.
And actually, it's more respectable that you said
But
that.
yeah, big respect.
Big respect to you.
Because most people just
get mad
and leave.
Yeah.
Bro, there was this one backseater on YouTube, and they just spent the whole entire stream just like trying to go against every single thing that we're saying.
Yeah.
And like, good advice is good advice. Like, but like that's why we started streaming, is we just wanted to help people learn how to draw. So freehand. So I would say there's different kinds of practice for boxes, right? So we'll go boxes. So this is more of like the technical, and then there's intuitive. All right, technical perspective is like 1 point, vanishing point, horizon line. You can draw a rectangle, and you can like pull out your lines to your rectangle. This would be like 1 point perspective, for example, right? We go out here, and then we go here as a box. We're using draw through. I messed up a little bit, but whatever. Should be more like that.
Good
there
enough.
We go. Right, this is a box using draw through. One way to kind of double check your work, so to answer your question, I would recommend double checking your work by using draw through. This is when you draw the back sides of your box as well as the front, and you want to make sure that these line up. All of your corners, you want to make sure that they line up reasonably well. And so you can just double check that all of your lines go back to your vanishing point. So this would be like 1 point perspective. Again, you can also do this with 2 point perspective and 3 point perspective. But that's like practicing the technical side, all right? And then the intuitive side is more like, you know, say you just draw boxes without necessarily a vanishing point. And I would really still recommend doing draw through on these. But say you go, okay, I'll do that one, and then maybe I'll rotate it a little bit. I'm a little bit rusty today. I was painting today, but I wasn't drawing.
I'm only 13 and I love drawing anime, but it's so hard to draw simple things like eyes, mouth, and hair.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's not really that simple though. Just they're hard to draw because
they're not simple.
They're not simple.
But I know I can totally
yeah.
understand the frustration.
Yeah.
Right? And so this would be more along the lines of like intuitive perspective, where you're trying to get good at just drawing things and not think too much about this. Like, obviously my horizon line is way up here, right? Like, obviously I've got a vanishing point down that way and down that way, and then this one is rotated. But like, I would say break perspective into technical and intuitive and go back and forth between them. Do a bunch of 1 point, 2 point, and 3 point boxes, just the old fashioned way, you know? Drop down a horizon line, put a vanishing point, and just start drawing boxes. You know, maybe you just draw them in like this area. And then you just, my hands are really shaky today.
Caffeine? Nah.
Probably, dude. You had that London fog, and I also had other stuff.
I guess so.
Right?
It's so hard to draw cylinders in perspective.
It is.
It is.
You're right. There's good exercises for that, though.
If you want to talk about that as well. later on.
Yeah, and just do a bunch of boxes. So like, say for example, you do, what was it, like 10 scenes of 1 point perspective, 10 times 1 point, and then each scene has like whatever 10 to 15 boxes each. Right? This is like 100 to 150 boxes in 1 point perspective. Use draw through. Make sure that your corners are lining up. If we want to put another box on top of this one, we could just go, or maybe we won't draw it on top. That's a little bit, might get a little bit confusing, right? You just do another box. I like starting with the front. Actually, I like starting with the side. That's the one that needs to be in the right place. All right. So for example, if this box is on the ground, if it was floating, it would probably look something like this, right? If it was floating, it might look something like this, and maybe here's like the shadow. Here's the shadow of my floating box. If I need to make sure that this box is in the right spot, like if I had a box pressed up against the side of this one, I would start with the side that's pressed up. This is, you don't have to. I would, right? If I want a box pressed up against the side of this one, I would start with that side, and then all of my other sides, I would.
It's because those share the same side. Like,
yeah.
It's just, yeah.
Right? So if I wanted the box, if they shared that side, yeah. So say, for example, I have a box like pressed up against this one, I would do something like that, right? But if I wanted a box sitting on the ground, say, for example, I want a box in the front on the ground, well, maybe I'll just find the ground first, right? And I'll go, pull that out, pull that over. So I'm like paying attention to the gap between these boxes. If I started with the front,
Hard to tell.
yeah, like, and again, you don't have to work this way. This is just the way that I work, because I do like a lot of interiors and exteriors and stuff. So for example, let's see.
Hey, Zen Legion.
These are some interiors that I've been working on recently, right? And so a lot of these I started with boxes. Like if I want to put a box in the corner, or I want to put a bed up against the wall, I will start by going, let's just do this, there. Right, okay, so maybe that sort of thing right there. So I started with a box with this bed, and I just went, okay, the bed's up against the wall. Here's the bottom of the bed. Here's the front of the bed.
Oh, and to answer Nana's question, perspective is really important for backgrounds too, right? Yeah.
Yeah, right? So I tucked this bed up against the wall. And if I have a pillow right here, I could just go, here's a box that kind of contains my pillow, right? This box in the background, I want to tuck it into the corner. Maybe I'll just start with the part that's in the corner, and then I'll pull out from there like that, right? If I want this table on the ground, maybe I just start with the table. And I have this box right there. So it's the same process. Like, boxes seem really boring to draw, but then you look at something like this and it's not boring, but the box was the starting point. Same with this. Like, we can have boxes in all different directions, all over the place.
A little monster in the bed. You know, actually,
Yeah. Like drawers and all kinds of stuff. What?
you can draw boxes and then turn them into something if you want to make it more fun.
Yeah.
Georig says, say one buys live classes. How does one access said live classes when time comes?
I DM'd you on Discord and sent you the invite to the
Discord server.
to the server. It's a student server that you'll get an invite to. If you can't find my message, let me know, and I'll. I may have actually sent you the. No, I think I sent it to you. Check your DMs. But anyways, you can see box here, and I have like a little thing here that's kind of propped this up. It's like a jacket or a shirt or something, right? And so it's like leaning on that, and all this just started with boxes, right? And if I wanted to put something on the ground that wasn't a box, I could probably start with a primitive form, right? Like, oh, there's a garbage can that's tipped over on the ground, right?
How long did it take you to paint these backgrounds?
Maybe The middle one, maybe 5 hours. The top one,
Oh no, it got cropped.
oh no, our table. There it is. This one, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours. This one, I don't know, maybe about the same, 3 or 4 hours.
These are all done in our anime art school, by the way.
Yeah.
So he teaches you how to paint backgrounds like this
These are like
from start
final.
to finish.
These are my painting class final demos. I'm really going all out for this. So, anyways, right? Boxes are really important because even the room is a box. Look, here is the back wall.
We got an interesting question about these rooms. It says the room looks like it's in 1-point perspective. So how do you box elements that are not going to be in the same vanishing line? Going to the same vanishing line.
The perspective of this room is a little bit cheated. Basically, it's not true 1-point perspective. This doesn't really change the question that much, but you will notice that I have this, right? Here's my vanishing point, and all of this comes out like this. But you will notice it's not actually true 1-point perspective, because if I drew horizontally here, there's actually this gap right here. So I'm cheating it a little bit, and I'm treating it almost as if I'm in a fisheye lens just slightly. This allows me to see a little bit more of the room. See how you can see like a little bit of curvature there? It's not true curvature, but the lines are angled out as if there was. So this allows me to have a little bit wider area of view, but still remain mostly in 1-point perspective.
They said they're not seeing it in Discord. You did you DM them on TikTok?
Did I DM you on TikTok? Do you want to send me a DM on Discord? I'll send you the invite. But I'm glad you reached out because I was wondering about that. But anyways, if I wanted to rotate something, there's a really, really important concept, all right? So if I have a horizon line, right, and I have a vanishing point, and it's 1-point perspective, all of my horizontals and all of my verticals are going to be straight, right? So let's assume like what you're saying is true, because for this case, it is. 2-point perspective, if I have 2 vanishing points, because if I draw a box that's off 1-point perspective, right? Like if I drew this pillow on the ground, this is obviously in 2-point perspective, right? If this was a box, 2-point perspective. And how do you make it feel right? Well, 2-point perspective, the vanishing points are going to be 90 degrees away from each other, all right? So in a top view, here is you, right? This is a top view of you, and here's your feet.
Oh, do you have a YouTube? Yes.
Yes.
Draw Anime Academy on YouTube.
1-point perspective is when you're looking straight out, and here's your vanishing point, all right? There's like a circle around you.
I desperately need to learn all these terms. That would be kind of an interesting thing to make, where it's like a perspective term. And by the way, if we do have time to do that, maybe I'll show you how to do that. We'll see though.
So a box in 1-point perspective would look like this. A box in 2-point perspective would look like this. And if you turn your head and look at it, you're looking at the corner of it, right? So what this little version of you from above would see is this. 2-point perspective box, right? Now, if I took this box, right? Or if I took this box right here and I rotated it like this, I'm going to have a vanishing point and a vanishing point, all right? So vanishing points of boxes are 90 degrees apart from each other. And so if I'm drawing in 1-point perspective, I could chuck a vanishing point here, like this, zoop, and I would have to put a vanishing point down there on my left, and I would have to keep it in the same camera lens as this shot right here. So for example, it could maybe be like this. If I wanted like a rug on the ground, and it was rotated, I would have to make sure that vanishing, let's just say this is vanishing point A, B, and C is the 2-point perspective. So here's vanishing point B. Vanishing point C would be over here, out of frame. It wouldn't be here. It would be out of frame a good little ways. So the way that I think about rotating objects is, let me do this. Pull this up here.
Jurek says, I had your message locked behind an accept or decline thing. No notification at all.
Oh, okay.
So just wondering, were you able to get it?
It looks like it.
It seems like it.
Right? So if I draw a box here, I can rotate this box like this. And I just have to make sure that these vanishing points are 90 degrees apart from each other. Now that poses a problem because now you go, well 90 degrees, like how do I know what degree my shot is? Well, 1 point perspective breaks if you go beyond like a 50-degree cone of vision. So it's a little bit complicated, but basically, you know how a circle is 360 degrees around, right? This to here, from here to here, is 180 degrees. It's a line, right? This is 180 degrees. Okay, so 90 degrees is this, and if you have 90 degrees and it looks like this, that would be like your cone of vision. So anything within here in front of you would not be distorted. Now, 1 point perspective, like I said earlier, it kind of breaks a little bit when you get too wide. So if you go like 50 degrees, as soon as you start getting boxes outside of this 50 degrees, they're going to start to get weird. Like, and I'm talking like when you do perspective and it kind of looks like this.
Oh.
Like that kind of thing. That's
Yeah.
like distortion. And so the reason that I actually switched to tilting these lines up here is because it gives me a little extra room.
You're bending, not breaking it.
Yeah, you're kind of fish-eyeing it a little bit. So, yeah, essentially what happens is, to make things much simpler, because that's really complicated. Like, that's the sort of thing that we would talk about on, like, a dedicated perspective stream. But
Yeah.
essentially what happens is you get your vanishing point, and it just moves, right? Let's put the new one here. And then here's your new perspective lines, right? And then these lines, this line is going to go over there. But it's not going to be like this. Right? It's not going to be right here. It's going to be like a lot further over there. It's going to kind of be like, yeah. And so we bring that up and then we bring this one out. And this is part of that intuitive perspective I was talking about earlier, where you kind of take a look at the shot and go, does this box like feel, does this rectangle on the ground feel right?
Oh, thank you for the heart me.
Because I honestly can't go into all like the complicated part of like cone of vision and
That'll be for the
moving
class.
vanishing points. That's like, yeah, that's kind of like complicated stuff.
Would anyone be interested in a perspective live class, by the way? We kind of tossed around the idea.
Yeah, 90 degree vision makes so much more sense in my head. I thought 180 degree was the full field of vision. I have a 235 degree fisheye lens right here. So again, fisheye lenses. Let me do this. You can get really, really wide with these lenses.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, look at this.
Ooh, nice.
Come on. There we go. There's a 235 degree fisheye lens. And so you could see a lot, right? Now, my scene isn't nearly as wide as this. And then if you're using a long lens, like a telescope, you could get into a really, really like telescopic look.
Desmond says yes. Shattuck says yes. Ooh, that'd be
Seagoy, yes, for 1 point perspective. 2 point perspective is a little bit wider. It's like 60 degrees or so. But again, you can cheat it. Like, you want to know why Kim Jong-il and all these people always use fisheye perspective? It's because they're drawing a really wide field of view. There's things on the right, there's things on the left, and they want to see them all in the same picture. So they switch to fisheye instead of 1, 2, or 3 point. But it's a little bit complicated for this stream. So all I'm saying is that, like, as you get better and as you like learn more stuff, I would definitely recommend taking some perspective classes by, you know, people who know what they're talking about. There's some really good channels out there. Gene Bond Art has a good YouTube channel. Broken Draw has a really good channel. He focuses a lot on visual, like drawing objects, object drawing, and perspective and form exercises. Artwad has a really good channel.
What about 3 point perspective? I was told that I should practice that the most.
3 point perspective is like you're either looking up or down. Like what I had always like 1 point perspective, you're focusing on a face, right? Here is the face.
Close up or something.
Yeah. So like 1 point perspective, you're like looking at the face of the object. 2 point perspective, you're looking at the edge of an object. So, for example, like I'm going to look at the edge of this, right? Right there. Edge. 3 point perspective, you're looking at the corner of an object.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever. Hold on. Wait.
Right? 3 point perspective, you're generally going to be looking at a corner. So if you're drawing like a downward city shot, just remember that, like, I like to keep this in mind to choose my perspective based on what I want to see. Like, if I want to look at like the edge of an object, obviously you don't have to do this. Like, you could use a fisheye lens and you could look at a face. Like, I could go, here's the front of a box, right? And it could look like this. So like, this is not 1, 2, or 3 point. It's like fisheye perspective. And I could look at this, and maybe there's like a doorway here, and there's a person in the doorway. Like this kind of thing. But I like to kind of just use this as like a general rule of thumb. Like, if I'm looking at the corner of something, I'm probably going to use 3 point. If I'm looking at the edge of something, I'll probably use 2 point. If I'm looking at the front or face of something, I might use 1 point. And so try that. Which side of the box should you draw first? It doesn't matter. You can draw any side. I would say start with a side that's like the most important to get right.
Yeah, like the easiest one to find.
Yep. So if I were to draw a box on the ground here, like, I would probably start with maybe the front. If I'm painting it in, I'll probably start with this side and this side. And then maybe I'll put the top on it like that.
Ooh.
And then I'll go, okay, I got a shadow coming off.
That looks like a box of records and stuff. That'd be kind of cool.
Right? I might just, do something like that.
Any
Right.
tips drawing box planes? What does that mean, box planes?
What you mean, like the sides of boxes? Right, I'll just go, and I'll flip this. Let's make this be the 1. This is the 2, and this is the 3. And then so if I put maybe like maybe this is facing up, and then here's like inside the box, maybe this one will be facing up as well.
That's fun.
Maybe something like that. We could have some, I don't know,
Kitty
tape on the box. And then, I don't know. Something like that, maybe. We're going to get bounce light on this side down here.
I've been drawing box planes, so I can draw ellipses inside, but they look off.
So you can draw ellipses inside if they look off. You mean rectangles in perspective? Like
just
like this?
a side of a box?
And then putting an ellipse inside of it? Like that? So just a sheet of paper? I don't know what a box plane is.
They said
You mean
yes.
just a plane? Okay. What about it?
How to draw planes, I guess?
I mean, you just draw a box without the dimension. So, like this. Drawing a perfect square in perspective is remarkably difficult. Like, extremely difficult. When I was in art center, the lengths that we would go through to draw boxes in perspective are ridiculous and require an ellipse guide set and testing different ellipse guides.
No, it's all good.
It's remarkably difficult to be able to guess squares in perspective. Some people will trace pictures of Rubik's cubes a whole bunch of times until they get used to it. Some people will just use like a 3D model and trace those. Like, it's honestly, most people, I would say, they just develop the skill over time. Some people will do like Krenz cubes. So like, you go and you like, you know, you can like divide this in half. You can like.
Little off topic. Hope that's okay. Yes, it is fine. But do you guys like Animal Crossing? Festive Vale is today. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, we do like Animal Crossing a lot.
I haven't opened it in like 6 months, but
Yeah.
yes, Animal Crossing is great. I really like it.
I'm glad you guys are talking about this. Can you help with extreme foreshortening with 3 vanishing points? Doing draw box exercise and it's kicking my butt.
Let me look. I'm just reading some of the chat. Vanishing points are the wild cards of perspective points. They can be anywhere from within the frame to far away outside the frame. Yes, but they're 90 degrees from each other. As long as you're drawing a box. You can put a vanishing point anywhere you want. However, if they are the vanishing points of a box and that box has 90-degree sides, they will be 90 degrees from each other. So that would get into a whole other topic of like fisheye perspective and stuff. But we do talk about that sometimes. I don't actually know. We'll give you something to look at while I look it up. I don't actually know when the last time we talked about that was, but we have done some, where is it, live demos. Perspective drawing in the past on stream, and we did talk about vanishing points and where they are and all that kind of stuff. We've done a bunch of like fisheye perspective drawing. Here is a little bit of that. We had like broke a little bit of TB Choi's work down, and
when do these start? Around this time.
Let me see.
Like 5 or 4 p.m. Pacific.
4 p.m. Pacific
4 p.m.
generally.
Pacific, yeah.
We'll usually go live a little bit later than that.
Teach us about how to decide shadow drop and shape, please. You mean like drop shadows?
We actually talked about drop shadows relatively recently. The only thing with drop shadows is that in order to draw the shadows, you have to be good at perspective. And so lighting is just how light falls across form. And if you can't draw form, you can't light form. So it's like form is the alphabet. Now, form is words, and maybe like lighting is sentences. Like if you can't spell words, you can't write sentences. So,
what are letters?
What are letters? I don't know.
I don't know. How much do the art classes cost and what currency? It'll be in US dollars and
Which
Anime
art
Art
class?
School. Yeah, which art class are you thinking about?
Are you thinking about the recorded one that's like a big online college, or are you talking about the figure drawing classes like the live one coming up starting
This
Saturday?
weekend.
So basically, like if you want to calculate shadows, what was the question exactly?
How to do drop shadows and find the shapes.
Drop shadows. Okay. So we're going to start with, this is a 3-dimensional object, and here is a light. Here is my sun. Now you could, there's like 2 different kinds of light. There's a point light and there's sunlight or directional light. Directional light is parallel because it's so far away. All of your light rays are parallel. All right. Like the sun. The second one is a point light, and a point light has a point in space and it hovers above the ground somewhere. So for example, if I have a stick here and I have a stick here, this shadow is going to come off like this, and this is my shadow, and this shadow is going to come off, if I could draw a line, dude, thank you, like that, and this is going to be my shadow. I can't draw a straight line, I'm sorry.
Just use the line tool for now.
Like that, right? But if this was sunlight and all of these were parallel, so let's just say this is my sunlight. I like to think of directional light as a triangle. It has an angle that it's coming in, and it has an angle that it's traveling on the ground. And I just hook this triangle up to, let me delete this and this. I just hook this triangle up to any object I'm drawing, right? So like, boop,
Ooh.
like that. So here's my shadow. And if I had this stick over here again, I would just hook this triangle up to this stick. And then there's the shadow of my stick. So you could see how one shadow was like that, but now both the shadows are like this. So this right here was a point light, and there was a light in the middle of all these objects casting shadows, and point lights will give you really, really, really distorted shadows. Like, have you ever taken like a flashlight and you put your hand over it and like the whole room goes into shadow? That's a cast shadow. The whole cast shadow covers the entire room. So again, this requires you to be able to draw in perspective in order to do. I would definitely recommend doing that. For sure. I do teach that in my class, my dimensional drawing class, or not dimensional drawing. I teach both dimensional drawing and calculating cast shadows in my classes in our anime art school. So this is like an example of what I teach. I teach you how to, and this is all freehand, by the way. So
Look at that triangle.
yep, there's my triangle. So this is dimensional, or not dimensional. This is directional light.
We are
So
based in the States.
we calculate all this stuff.
Yeah,
and
here's
then
another one.
Yep. And then I go into stuff like this, which is a bedroom rendered with a point light. And I've calculated all the shadows of that. And I do the whole demo live from start to finish. And that's in my painting class.
Which you can get for 20% off. This is our anime art school program.
Yep. It is on sale right now.
Yes.
20% off.
But yeah, it is hard, like finding the shadow shapes, and I think I would do a lot of still lifes. Still lifes are going to be great for that as well. Like just kind of seeing like you can actually point your light. Actually, Colton's done a few still lifes as well. Hold on one second, let me show you. So he's done still lifes in the painting class. And still lifes are great because you can actually point the light directly at where you want it to, and then you can see like where the shadows go, and you can mark out what happens.
Still lifes are like literally one of the #1 most goated assignments in the history of mankind for art. You can use them to teach or learn almost anything. You can practice your perspective, your design, your composition, your color theory, your everything.
Look,
you could
there's
literally practice everything with a still life. You can do a still life where you're just drawing. You can do a still life where you're lighting. You can do a still life where you're practicing Noton and just using 2 values. You can do material studies with still lifes. Like if there was one single assignment that you could use for like a very large percentage of your practice, still lifes and drawing from observation. Like, oh my gosh, dude. Some people almost only draw from observation. We had an oil painting teacher. He was a gallery artist for 40 years. He virtually only draws from observation. He doesn't draw from imagination at all. But like, he'll take a reference and he'll design on top of it. Like I did a study just recently. Last night, actually, I did a little study. Here it is. Let me go grab it really quick. Here it is. Here's my study that I did last night. Here's the crystal. And here's what I did. And so you can see, I've taken this crystal and I've... let me turn some of this stuff off and do that. There we go. So I've taken this crystal and I've done a lot of studying directly from it. But especially in this area in here, I actually kind of refined my geometry a little bit. Like you can see, like you've got a box right here. I've got a box right here. Right? This box is kind of like this shape. Over here, you've got a box right here. So like you can actually use studies to practice design as well. Like that, right? You can see, like, if you really look at this painting that I did, you can see that I'm really paying attention to like what is my geometry. Like I'm using it to like practice perspective. You can see, like, I could, if I put like a little person on here, right?
Whoa.
With like some climbing gear, and they're like climbing up this thing, and maybe there's like another person like down here who's like in the middle of climbing. Like this could literally be an environment. I could just crop this. And this is like a full-on environment shot.
Whoa, that's so cool.
Right? Like there's an environment. Studies are so goated. Like they're literally so goated. They're so good. You could study so much stuff. But like when I study something like this, I really try to break down, like, what is the forms? Like, what is this form? Where is the box here?
How long did it
Where
take
is
you
the
to do
box
that?
here? I don't know, like an hour, maybe
Oh, wow.
45 minutes or an hour. Like that.
It's hard to tell which is the drawing. Colton's
Yeah,
has like a very kind of graphical look. But yeah, it is kind of hard to tell. I feel like it's because like the values are so good that it just feels very just authentic. Texture that he uses is a lot of like implication and stuff. Let's see here. I think someone was asking about how to draw eyes and hair with flow. I don't know if that person's still here.
Yeah. And if I missed any questions or I said I would answer something but didn't, let me know. You can just like repeat say, oh, you said you were going to answer this, but you didn't.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a nice
Because
circle.
I'll get distracted.
Oh, what Art Foundation tutorials will be covered today? Just a variety.
Yeah, we're kind of doing a variety stream today.
I like to think of hair as like a blanket of some sort. A blanket that has a lot of flexibility. Have you ever seen those videos where it's like there's like a sphere in 3D and there's like a plane and they drop it onto it's like a 3D simulation, animation simulation, and they like drop this plane onto the sphere with like different facets. The hair is kind of like that, where it has like a lot of facets and it kind of surrounds the head like a blanket.
Like those stupid
Yeah.
TikToks and YouTube shorts that are like 4,
Yeah, exactly.
100. And
Yeah,
then
it's
it's like,
exact-
1,000.
Yeah. It's kind of like that.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. So like with hair, it's very freeing. You can't necessarily confine it. Now, of course, it depends. Like, is your hair at rest? Is your hair flowing? Like, is it being moved by wind? Is it underwater? Whatever it is. If it's like just normal hair, there's still like some kind of texture and buoyancy to it. So like if you want something to look bouncy, this is more like the psychology of like the shape language. But like this, if your hair just kind of presses flat onto your head and just goes straight down, doesn't look very bouncy. But if you can simulate the idea that this could be floating, which could mean, hey, maybe this is a bob cut and I'm going to follow along the sphere, but instead I'm going to curve this a little bit. Now this feels bouncy, like there's movement, right? So this is very flat, like it's wet hair. This has air in it. So that's what I imagine. So if I want to draw like, I don't know, a bob cut, but I want it to feel bouncy, I'll think of that same exact concept. Here is that blanket, and it wraps around, and it puffs out on the sides. Like this. And then I decide, like where are my bangs going to be? And the bangs are like a section on your forehead, which is like the hairline's really important to think about. There's also the side of your hair. There's also your ear to think about. So this is basically like a very soft, malleable helmet. So here's the back of the hair. Here's the sides of the hair. And it's bouncing. It's following that same curve. And then let's say for my bangs, I'm going to wrap this around and curl it. Get a drink. And anytime that I'm designing the hair, I want each component of the hairstyle to match with the overall vibe. So like if I want this to be cutesy, then I will make sure the energy of my bangs match the cutesy vibe. So like I want something very, very curly, so it matches this. So I just kind of draw my shapes that match that vibe. Or if I want to do a contrasting vibe, I'll be like, okay, I want this to be cutesy, but this to be more serious. So maybe I will use like straighter bangs that are like a little bit straighter, and that will create a whole entire different vibe. Thank you, Nana. I don't know if we'll do realistic portraits necessarily, but I do have a few portraits that I did that were like realistic. So the thing about skin is that most of the time it's matte, but when you do have highlights, it doesn't like to. If you want to make it look nice and dewy and just natural without making it look oily, you have to really be careful of your value control. So this was a study that I did with some highlights on the skin. This was really hard to add highlights to because if I added it a little bit too much, it got really really oily.
You want me to just bring that
Yeah,
up?
sure. That's way better.
There's
So
a study she's talking
yeah,
about.
this is the study that I'm talking about. I don't know if you can zoom in or not, but it doesn't matter. I had to really, if you squint, notice that the highlights are not a punch in the face. They're blending in with the actual like lightness of her skin tone. It's like so subtle.
Yeah,
right?
like you can see that the value difference is so incredibly minimal. We're going from what about 68 or 69 to 75. That's like a 5% value jump. 5 or 6% value jump there between the normal skin tone and the highlights
Yeah.
on this particular face. It's so subtle. It's not like most people, they'll go like, you know, really strong with it, like really strong, which can happen if you have a bright light source and your skin is kind of oily. But a lot of the time, you're going to have really, really subtle value control in the face. And is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, yeah. So it just depends on the piece, right? Because if you have a reference and you're like, man, I want the skin to be like really nice and oily, then you would use higher contrast, like for instance. And it's also about material difference, right? So like, let's say
highlights like that, you don't need a blend.
You don't need a blend.
If the value is right and the shape is right, the blending is just extra. Like you don't actually have to blend at all. A lot of people don't blend.
Yeah. I don't blend at all. Like all I do is if I want to have a softer edge, I just take this color and I just kind of like soften the edges on the side, or kind of mix it in to make it not as
like
powerful.
Obviously Christina doesn't just have hard edges everywhere, but if you want to blend, instead of thinking about blending, think about edges in terms of hard, soft, and lost.
Yeah.
Hard, soft, and lost. You can make all of your paintings with 3 types of edges. A hard edge is an instant change. A soft edge is a change that takes place over like a period of, over like a range. Let's do this really quick, right? Okay. Why is this not? Okay. So we'll do hard, soft, lost, all right? Hard edge, whatever. You could just go like that. Maybe we'll redo all these, right? So a hard edge is like that. A soft edge could be like this, right? It's just, there's a gradation between them. And a lost edge would take place over such a slow period of like change. And a lost edge is generally used where when you can't see it at all pretty much. And another thing is you'll use it against 2 different areas of the same value. So like a lost edge in that piece, where the heck is that piece? Did I close it?
I think you did.
Oh, I get it. I did close it, didn't I? Do these paintings have lost edges? Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Especially like on the arm area and just.
Here's a lost
throughout.
edge. A lost edge is like the edge is so subtle you basically don't see it compared to
in.
the other things, right? Here's a lost edge, right? There it is combined into one shape. All right?
When you can start organizing the shapes into like one long and big shape, there's like lost edges happening.
Yeah. You'll see this all over, by the way. Like you'll see this everywhere. It's lost edge, soft edge, and hard edge. And so you'll see like there's a little bit of softness going on in here. So instead of thinking about like the technicalities of blending and what brush, go on a dial of 0 to 100, how much am I cranking the softness? And then whatever brush you feel like using, you can use. You could use a hard brush. Like you could literally take like a super hard brush that has 0,
Whoa.
right? And you could just go, I'm going to move it down a little bit, and I'm going to move it down a bit, and I'm going to move it down a bit, and I'm, you know, like that. And I'll move this one up a little bit. And you can create a gradation. And there's painters that will work like this a lot of the time. And so they'll create soft edges with an opaque, completely opaque brush. Oil painters do it. A lot of painters do it. You kind of have to do this with gouache, right? Because it's so opaque.
So lost edge is a gradient? Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
It's a concept.
A lost, yeah, it's a concept of I cannot tell you where it actually really starts or ends, basically.
Yeah.
A lost edge could honestly just be this. You know,
Yep.
it could look like that, and maybe you just have like, you know, like that.
Like you can't tell where it stops or
And
ends.
so if you turn this black and white, there is no edge. It's just gray. If you turn it to color, you're like, okay, it's like a value thing, right? A lost edge is like, it is a value that's so subtle it doesn't grab your attention.
So don't use white as highlights and use something closer to the local color.
It depends on what
depends.
style you want to work in.
Yeah.
Like there's comic book artists who use white for highlights, but generally speaking, it's pretty good to use. It's pretty good to avoid white unless I took a class by a really, really good painter. His name was Yijin Lin. Is that his name? Yijin.
It's not. It's Li Xinyin.
Li,
right?
Lixin.
I can never get their names
Yin.
right.
Yeah, Lixin Yin. He's a phenomenal portrait artist.
Can I also use complementary colors for rendering? Yeah. Yeah, use any color that you want. Just make sure the values are correct.
This is an example of his work, by the way.
I really like his
He's
stuff.
a phenomenal painter. This is like a study that he did for fun. He did like 100 portrait challenge with just the basic round brush. I don't know where those are exactly. They're really, 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 really far down in his art station.
He's done so many portraits.
He's phenomenal. He's a concept artist. He's an illustrator. Just amazing work, right? Like, here's another really good example of his work.
Oh my gosh. So good.
He says, white is light, meaning if you use white, it's a light source. It's got to be a light bulb or the sun or a specular highlight of the sun
reflects
or
the
a light
actual
bulb.
light,
Yeah,
yeah.
like a mirror. White is light or light is white. And that's the only time he ever uses white.
Yeah, I could talk about that in a bit, about shading hair without making it look like pillow shading. I know exactly what you're talking about too with pillow shading. At least I think I do.
But it also depends on like the exposure of your camera, because you could be painting a very overexposed image and you get white all over the place. So it's like, kind of.
Yeah.
There isn't really any like blanket advice that's always true, because there's always successful exceptions.
Yeah. So, if your hair looks like this, let me actually just do this multiple times, because I love talking about hair and shading hair.
I found an example of him using white.
Ooh, let's see it.
Yeah, like here's an example of him using white in an image.
That's
So it's like,
cool.
you know, you'll hear, don't use white. And it's like, he did.
Yep.
Like, you can. Like, it's just, can you get away with it? And you understand things well enough to be able to get away with it?
Let me see here. Let me get the. Where the heck? Okay, airbrushing. So if your hair shading looks like this, let me see if I'm even doing this right. That's not the right one. Let me alpha lock. You know, you're like, this doesn't look like hair. It's because of a few things. One, this doesn't really show the form of the hair, and it's creating this kind of like, it's contradicting the form of the actual hair. So like hair has flips and twists. They have, let me see here, there we go. You know, there's a turning side, there's a front side and a back side, right? So if you can define what side you're drawing and where the light is, then it'll look more like hair. And hair tends to have this kind of like ribbony form and texture. So like for instance, this is not a good brush for this. Hair tends to look like a ribbon, so there's going to be like, think of it like an Oreo sandwich. There's a dark, in between is light. Generally, that's how hair likes to react. Like if you look at my hair, like if it's assuming this is like smooth hair, dark in the middle, light. And it's just because that this area is where the light is hitting it, and so that will create this kind of like reflection, and everything else will kind of just be much darker in comparison. So with this, we can find the shadows for it. So here, assuming my light is up here. Oh, I don't like that. Hold up. Assuming my light is here, and my form of my hair looks like this. Let me see. I would say really just try to draw the wireframe. So it looks like this. I'm going to determine, okay, this side is going to be in shadow, then goes into light, then goes into shadow. And notice that as I'm shading the hair, I'm going along the form, so it doesn't look like this. This is just very vague. This is more direct. I'm hoping that this is making sense. And so the way how I really like to shade hair is this, as I kind of just like start carving shapes out, so I get this effect. Big shape, smaller shape. And then this will be in shadow, and then it'll go back into the light again. Now I don't think it's gonna be this dark, so I'm gonna lighten it up. But like that's the concept. This is how you can avoid pillow shading hair, and something that's a little bit more hair-like. Do you have any tips to stay motivated for beginner drawers? Ooh! Wait a second, that looks really good.
It does look good.
Look at that. So we've been printing out these 3D we've been printing out these head models for reference, and we added grooves to the sides of the head so you can actually see the head planes.
Mm-hmm.
I actually really like this. This is the teen female head.
Yeah.
We also have a few videos on how to shade hair. It's a 3-part series on our YouTube channel that talks about this as well. So I would say understand your wireframe, right? You have a shape that has no depth yet, but until you decide, okay, do I want this to be turning? And so once I have 2 sides, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm getting somewhere. I see dimension. So maybe I'll add like a 3rd strand and a 4th. But like you can keep these kind of organized and grouped. So now if I want to shade it, I just ask myself, where's my light? Generally light likes to appear at the top. So like you can't really go wrong with it. There's always going to be some kind of surrounding light around the top that creates highlights and shadows. And for the most part, most portrait lighters, they like to have their lights from the top. Thank you, Fatima. Fatima? Is that how you pronounce it? And then you're like, okay, anything that's going away from the light will be in shadow. Anything that's going towards the light will have a strip of highlight. And this is great for black hair, you know, like black colored hair. And so maybe this will flip to the side, and this will go to the light. So this will be in darkness, and this will go into the light, and so we can see kind of like a subtle highlight. You know, and I would also look at how manga artists, if you want to do like the manga kind of style, look at how manga artists shade hair with ink. That's how I kind of observed and noticed how they like to do it. How would you go about curly afro hair? Yeah, so that one is going to be more like a bush. And I actually figured out how to do it by watching someone shade a tree or paint a tree. And basically you want to think about afro hair as a mass rather than in the individual coils. So mass it out, which is like, what's the overall silhouette? I'm going to make this a little bit lighter so we can actually see what's going on. And then you would basically shade it like a sphere or any form that is happening with the afro. So like you can have a cube shaped afro. And let me actually do this. Here's a head. Here's the squarish helmet. Afros tend to be round, so you will rarely see very, very sharp edges. You'll see more rounder edges. And so this is all going to be one mass. Right. So then what you do is you determine where your light source is. Is your light source coming from the top or the bottom? And if this is my form, I'm going to shade it like a sphere. But the thing about afros is that if you just do this, it's not really describing the afro yet. You might need to add some texture along the shadow. So I like to add some like stippling And this is exactly how you would shade trees. So there we got an afro. It's so soft because like all the fibers in the hair is so delicate that it just clumps up like this. And you can get some like bounce light in there too. So that's how I would shade afros. You would also do this with this one right here. Assuming my light is coming from the top, this side is going to be in shadow. But we can add texture. Texture in the shadow, kind of like along the core shadow. And then you can also add more texture on the outer edge. Like you're basically trying to add as much context as possible. And now it looks like an afro. So it's like, yeah, like Garnet, exactly. It's kind of the inspiration that I did for the boxy afro. But yeah, like that's how you would approach it. It's just make it feel soft, make it feel like there's a nice amount of texture on the outside, because the hair follicles affect that as well. What brush are you using in Procreate? I love the texture. Yes, I love the texture too. You can actually get this for free on our bio. Drawinganime.com. What about highlights on the afro? So the thing about afros is that the hair follicle is so thin that it doesn't necessarily catch light like straight hair, like smoother hair does. It doesn't get super reflective. It's actually a lot more matte. So I wouldn't punch it out so much. I would keep it very subtle. Now, the part that is closer to the light source maybe can be a little bit brighter, but you can generally, you don't see this. Oops, let me do this right here. You don't see this. Yeah, you don't. That looks like sauce on the afro. You don't get, oh my gosh, you don't get this either. But instead you get more of like a subtler gradient, perhaps.
I feel like those grooves are too deep. I knew they would be.
Oh, yeah, they look a little bit too deep.
They're definitely too deep.
Yeah. They look cool though. But yeah, I think it's a bit too deep. What about braids? What kind of braids? Like, if I really wanted to add some bit of light, I have to be very subtle about it. And I would say if you want to know how to just paint highlights in general, just really understand value control. Because it's not about what about highlights, it's about how much do you want to show. And how does the material like to react to light. Like the really tight ones. I'm going to kind of make an estimate as to what you're talking about, because like I'm guessing tighter ones, meaning like it's really, really close together. Generally, you could just like draw a tube and just like kind of draw like the outside diamond shape. So tightly woven is just, you don't see any looseness like this. This has very loose braids. Everything's kind of pooling out. There's no like tightness into it. This one, everything's very uniform. The more uniform it is, the tighter the braid. And then you can add in the cross sections. So that will feel like tighter than something like this. But I teach a lot of hairstyles in our anime art school that cover like braids and stuff. So here's loose, here's tight.
Do you want to draw this on with that?
Yeah. Like the face?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Just so we can see what it looks like.
Mm-hmm. Do you sell the head bust? We're going to be selling it when these are ready.
Yeah. Yes, but not yet.
But not yet.
Yeah, we're working on our reference models.
Okay, I gotta kind of lock in a little bit.
Do you need a brace? Because your arms are kind of like floating. Don't you usually put them on the table?
I do this to brace,
Okay.
but yeah. I
You
find
don't-
that if
you
I
don't
if I
put
do
your
that,
elbows on the table?
I do, but my head would be showing like this, and I would be moving the mic.
I don't care. You can move the bike out of the way. You don't need to show them the drawing. I don't really care. They probably want to see, but if it messes you up, it don't matter. I like the male one quite a lot. I think the grooves turned out really well. We'll check out the female one after the eyes are drawn. You're gonna pre-order? Yeah, we're gonna get them on TikTok Shop as soon as possible, and then for our own personal website, we'll probably have to start like a Shopify or something.
Oh, that'd be
but that'll definitely come after TikTok Shop for sure. TikTok Shop is really easy to sell stuff on. Yeah, I know it's blurry. She's not really drawing it for chat. She's drawing it because this is a mock-up test model.
It's honestly pretty good to draw with this pen too.
The FH?
Yeah.
I thought you always draw with the FH.
No, I draw with the
FM?
No, I draw with
Oh, the other one.
Art Pop. Yeah.
Did you just need practice is all?
Yeah. Actually, need to practice it.
You do draw with the Art Pop one, don't you?
Yeah. Art Pop is easier to handle because it has thinner lines, and it's easier to make mistakes and fix them.
It is?
Like, it's easier to get away with mistakes, I should say. This one, since the lines are so bold.
Yeah.
It's like, oh crap, one mistake and you're like.
Where do you put the eyebrows on it? It's kind of directly over where...
I thought they would place it higher, like up here.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
I don't know what to
I
do.
would place it.
Maybe just like right over top,
Yeah.
like that. Apple's here.
Apple.
We need a mouth as well. For some reason, the mouth feels a lot less intense on this one. Maybe I'm wrong. Did the mouth get changed?
I don't know.
No, I guess it looks about the same.
Is it zoom?
Well, there it is.
Yep.
Is what zoom? How did you get camera from high angle? We have like an arm right here, but it's not. It is zoomed a bit, but this is a really wide lens. It's a 16 millimeter. But it's, I don't know, 2.5 feet off our desk, maybe. I think they look pretty good. I think the lines are a little bit deep.
I think they are a bit deep, like kind of uncomfortably deep.
Yeah, I
Like,
think it
and
just
it's like,
gives
oh,
a
no.
bit too much distraction. I knew they were too deep,
Yeah.
but I
So,
figured we might as well just,
I think the drawing looks great.
yeah. The drawing?
Like the
Location of the
location
things?
of the things are pretty good.
Well, we're probably going to have to redraw it,
Oh,
unfortunately.
okay.
Yeah, there they are.
Yeah, I would probably like the eyebrow line to be a bit higher.
Okay.
Like kind of similar to the male. Maybe make it a bit more consistent, but yeah. I'm not sure if Zen Legion is still here. I know that they got our anime art school with the discount for the watercolor.
Yeah.
I'm
Did you get a DM from him?
yes.
You can DM him and
Yeah.
ask.
I was just gonna ask, like, do you want to set up a date to do the watercolor?
I mean, if you want to do that today, again, do you want to DM him and ask?
Yeah, I saw
don't
them
have
earlier
their-
on the I saw them earlier on the stream. But
Oh,
I don't
they
know if
were
they're
on the
still here.
stream.
They were on the stream, yes. But I don't know if they're still here.
Okay.
But if they're not here, I'll just ask them. I'll just DM them.
Because if you want to get the watercolor done, did they
Yeah.
already send a character?
Yes, they sent reference of the character. They don't have an actual drawing, but I can make one.
Okay.
Like, generally forgot about you guys. So that's okay.
That's totally fine.
That's
I
totally
don't know
fine.
who you are.
Yeah, I love the shoujo kind of look. She's
This
super
one?
cute. See.
These ones.
Yeah, these ones. Is the school self-paced and do you get feedback? The
You
school
don't
is
get
self-
feedback on the school, but it is self-paced.
You can get it for 20% off, by the way.
But there are channels that you can ask questions if you don't understand things or whatever. You won't get direct feedback on your artwork though. But there is support, like from us. There's student channels, and if you have questions or whatever,
Yeah.
if you can't access certain resources or whatever, generally people don't really have any questions. It's pretty straightforward. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I mean, I'm okay with. I would like them a little bit less deep.
I agree. Something a bit shallower.
I think the eyebrow line, it looks fine though.
Yeah. Okay.
They're a little bit high. What if you place the eyebrows just a little bit closer to the line? I'm printing another one right now.
Okay, yeah, I can do that.
I mean, anime heads like this tend to have pretty high eyebrows.
They do have pretty high
Like,
eyebrows.
some of them have
Like some of them have
really
really
high
high.
eyebrows.
Like I feel like if I were to place them a little bit on that same eyebrow line, it would look a bit low. It would feel like they're too serious.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Bro, I'm loving this. I really, really, really like this.
Mm-hmm.
It's so cool. It looks like a
So legit.
legit anime screenshot. Not anime, like visual novel or game dating sim.
Yeah.
Mickey Picky. This is the drawing that you've been working on for a little while.
Yeah.
Just on and off.
Yeah.
Bum, bum, bum.
We make 3D files available online.
Probably not.
No, I don't think so.
There's too many people out there who take them and sell them. Like, it's an entire industry of people stealing stuff and selling it. We may eventually make some sort of a free resource that's like completely open and has no restrictions on it. Some people do that.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think this is
for these specific heads, no, I definitely not. Not that they would take a professional all that long to make. Like, honestly, a professional modeler could do this relatively quickly. It's just most people aren't professional modelers, so.
Yeah, and not only that, but it's a pretty big file. I'm not sure how compatible it'll be if you wanted to fix things.
I mean,
on
I
your
could
own,
sell
too.
the STL. There, I have very specific printing layer heights, and I use a specific wall thickness to get it so light doesn't go through it. You guys have no idea how many test prints we've made of these. We literally have an entire crate, big crate, full of these heads. Just different test prints, different thicknesses, different materials, different PLA. Like, we tried a bunch with matte PLA. These are actually matte PLA. I print these with the Bamboo Lab matte ivory white PLA, and I print it at 5 wall thickness because you can get a really nice lighting on the model. You can get really nice lighting on the model.
Yeah.
And really crisp shadows.
I actually saw a video
It looks
that
good.
for inspiration for showing these head models.
Yeah,
I
looks
sent it.
really good. Need to learn how to 3D model so bad. It's not super complicated. What I always recommend, I had a bunch of mentorship students that didn't know any 3D modeling when they first took my mentorship. And I would always have them go through one of Darren Lyle's Udemy classes. He teaches Blender and he teaches the basics. And he basically has you model something from complete scratch, starting with the very first polygon all the way to the finished product. And his class will be, whatever, 12, 13, 15 hours long. And for beginners, by far, they're my favorite modeling classes. Just one of my absolute favorite
And
teachers for 3D.
he's so patient.
He's just great. And it's really good, but 3D modeling, like, once you understand poly modeling and the concepts of like that sort of thing, is not too difficult. Now do one for Abby's room. The what?
The overlay.
The overlay? Yes, 100% want to do that.
Yeah.
Not even want to, going to do that.
Going to. We were initially gonna just put her in like the background, like sitting on the bed, but we like the overlay so much that we might just do the overlay instead.
Yeah, I like the overlay look a lot. Well, this pretty much looks exactly like what we're going to have available on our TikTok shop.
Yep.
This is
So
pretty much exactly what's going to be there. And you'll be able to order it and it'll get shipped out and you'll have these models. They're really strong, dude. Check this out. They're very strong.
I've
dude.
actually
You could hit
dropped
these like a
some-
golf ball.
I've actually dropped some test models before and they did not break.
Oh, they'll bounce.
They'll bounce. My kid would love those. Oh, really? How fun.
they're so good. I literally use them myself for reference. I'm like, crap, I need to.
I literally use
Okay.
that myself for reference as well. Like, I'll get some lighting reference for it, and I'll be like, oh yeah, this is great. But yeah.
Learned how to use Blender in a game design class at your high school. Super fun. Yeah, and once you like kind of get the basics of poly modeling, it's not that difficult. It's kind of like a technical skill that I would say most people can learn without too much difficulty. You just kind of go through it a little bit, repetition.
Mm-hmm.
The issue is if you want to build your own models, design. There's a lot of people who can model, but they can't design, and so you'll see them modeling something, and you'll be like,
Kind of suffering a bit.
like it doesn't like it's a good model. It doesn't look good, unfortunately, but like it's definitely a model.
Yeah.
Design is like it's so important, dude. It's so important.
Design is pretty privilege, okay?
Yeah.
Chat, like, even though we don't want to admit that we are shallow
We
like that.
aesthetic things.
We just like aesthetic things, and design is basically what to make something look aesthetic.
Yeah. It's one of those skills that takes years to develop, your design sense, and it's very closely linked to like drawing. People who have drawn for a really long time have generally developed decent design sense. Like, my brother's developed his design sense, and it has literally unlocked so many career opportunities just being able to make things that look aesthetically good. Like, a good sense of big, medium, small, and close together, far away, and color relationships and that sort of thing. It's only something that can be developed by after years. I mean, he worked as a concept artist for years. How, like, almost 5 years he worked as a
Really?
concept artist? Yeah, he worked on a lot of projects. I forgot he worked on Dead by Daylight. He worked on Apex. He did designs for Apex Legends. He did so many different projects over just years, and really developed a good design sense. And now anytime we work on like a project together, or anytime he's like making something, you're just like, what the heck? That looks so good. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You're planning on making a low poly 3D Nana? That's fun.
Ooh, I really
love
like
that.
your character.
I really want to see like a little dancing version. Like a little dancing, what are they called?
I don't know.
Sprite?
Sprite? Yeah, something like that. Boop. I'm gonna kind of play with some colors a bit.
You want to post your boxes in the Discord server? I can take a look at them.
Ooh.
Jenny, is that it? Jeni, yeah.
So, I was just asking Zen if they're still on the stream. They are. They're just lurking. I don't know.
Zen, do you want your
you want-
watercolor done right now?
Yeah, would you like it done right now? Because I can definitely do that. I'll just text it there too.
Yeah, you can just post the boxes that you're working on in the Discord, and maybe like I don't know, ArtShare 1 or whatever. Zen says, I'm here. Sure, that would be awesome.
Awesome! I'm so excited. Okay, so I will be
Yes.
asking some questions of like what you want to do, but that will kind of just no pressure or anything.
Yes, the brush works in Clip Studio. We have a bunch
Yes.
of people who have been able to get it in there.
I got a lovely watercolor paper. Oh wait, I actually need to get some of my materials ready. Real quick.
We sure do.
Yeah, I got my FH, so that's good. I just need. Most of the stuff is pretty much ready, as you can see.
Ba, ba, ba. Ba, ba, ba. What brush is it? It's on our site. You can get it on. You can get it there. It is like a Google Drive download.
Let me get a paper towel.
These aren't too bad. These are not too bad.
So I'm gonna start on.
So let me guess. This one's facing up. What is the deal? This one's facing up, I'm guessing. So we're looking up at the bottom of it from below, right? Like this. Yeah, these are honestly pretty solid boxes. I'm pretty impressed. All of these are linking up pretty well. This one, I would just pull this edge out a little bit, maybe about that much. Just, we want to, if you're drawing boxes, pay attention to these verticals right here, because they're kind of like, it's almost like someone stepped on the box a little bit, but these are nice. These are actually really solid. This one's pretty good right here. That's nice. Not too bad. This one has like a little bit of a skew to it. So if I were to just take this and like, now it feels like it hasn't been stepped on.
Oh.
Pay attention to this feeling like a 90-degree angle. You have your X, your Y, and your Z, right? And so when you're drawing boxes, your first two lines are free. You can draw your first two lines in any direction you want. So you want to start in a little bit.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Your first two lines are free. I could put them here. I could put them there. I could put it like that. Does not matter. And your third line is perpendicular to these lines. So that, right? It could be that. And then if I want to draw a box out of this, I've got one side. And these could be like this. Right? And then this one, again, has to be perpendicular to these. So we could draw a little bit of a line out. And there's like a box. And then we can connect this up with some draw through. But honestly, most of these are pretty nice. This one, the front feels like it's kind of leaning a bit. So I might, you know, straighten that out just a little bit. Like you could have this one lean a little bit more. So for example, but this goes into something a little bit more complicated, which is like, here's the center of your lens and it's a fisheye lens. And maybe your box is like right here. So you can draw boxes like that. Like they can end up looking sort of like this.
How would you make these boxes have extreme foreshortening? That's where I'm at right now.
How'd you make these? You would draw them in a wide lens, but I mean extreme foreshortening, like this side is extremely foreshortened. So like a lot of them do. This one has extreme foreshortening. What I'm noticing is
these lines aren't matching.
take a look at these two lines together. They're not going to come in that far. You'll probably end up having something like that. Right? You can go. So there's like a little bit of a step going on. It's like the box is kind of warped in just a little bit. This one's good. This one's pretty good. This one, again, this back corner right here, that would probably just be like, you'd have about that much area there. It just needs to be straightened out. What I like to do is I like to use these as kind of like my perspective grid lines. And I'll just, there's my, you know, up and down, my Y axis. So when I draw draw a box, I could go, I don't know, these verticals like here, this is my perspective, right? This is my grid like that. So I just want to make sure that it's very consistent. But this one looks pretty good here. Yeah. I like that one. That one's good.
Yeah, they're pretty good. How many boxes is that total? That looks pretty nice.
52
Ooh.
looks
I
like.
think 49 looks pretty good.
Yeah, 49 looks pretty good.
I think what I am noticing is like there's just at least one line that's different from the others, like
Yeah.
drastically different.
It's like one of these things is not like the other.
Yeah, it's
is
kinda like-
happening in some of the boxes.
Yeah.
So just be very careful about that. I don't mind the warp. Like the curvature in these lines doesn't bother me.
It's when one of those lines in the back, it's like it's
Yeah.
not really matching the front, that it's like, it's a
This
little
is
bit.
kind of going like that, right? You got this line, and this line is on the same axis. So this line in the back would have to be almost parallel to this line right here. And these lines, like this line, if you just continued it, this line would be following that because that's going towards your bottom vanishing point, right? So you'll see like this line, and then it kind of takes a turn and goes in a different direction. That wouldn't happen. You would have that because if you drew a grid around this, right, it would kind of be like that. And so all these lines, just like, I think you have the ability to do it for sure.
You're very
It's
close.
just
Yeah.
take a look at other lines that are around it and pay attention to those. This one's pretty good. This
Yeah,
is kind of
pretty good.
more isometric.
25 is pretty good too.
25 looks pretty good.
It's because everything feels consistent.
This one looks like it's pointing up. Some of these are, for me personally, are a little bit hard to see.
Yeah.
I would say, again, we kind of get like this. If anything, these would be kind of converging like that.
Yeah. Is Box Hell super worth it?
I mean,
Um,
I don't know.
what would you consider Box Hell?
Yeah, because like 100 boxes or 200 boxes is not box hell. Like we'll draw 200 boxes in a single stream sometimes. So like again, you've got this line right here. We've got this line right here. The line in between it is not going to be pointing a different direction. It's going to be like that. But honestly, these are pretty nice. Some of these for me personally are turning into a little bit like optical illusions. So I might just darken, use a little bit more line weight. Where is that? Here it is. I like to make my back corners much lighter just so I never lose track of it. See, like, you got this line, you got this line, and then the line in the middle would be like that. But you can see that your line in the back is kind of deviating from that. So just keep in mind that, like, this plane back here, this line should be going in the same direction as these lines right here. And I like to just kind of keep an eye on them as I draw it. Like this. Whoop. Right? Zoop.
I saw one artist that draw boxes and turn them into like grids and drew figures inside of them. If
Yep.
that makes sense, it was so scary impressive. Yeah, the box is the grid.
Yeah, the box is the grid. Right, so we can go.
In fact, instead of like, it's
Something
kind
like
of like a
that.
little shortcut. Like instead of making a grid, you just draw a box and turn it into one.
This one feels like it would probably come a little bit more maybe down there. Maybe something, a little bit more like that. And again, I like to really push my line weight just so there's no mistake at all. I would even try exercises like this. I draw a circle and I will pull a line out through it. Or not a circle, I'll draw like an ellipse and I'll pull a line out through it like this. And I'll put boxes on each one of these. I'll draw, say, the bottom of the box. The bottom of the box is a good exercise.
How can we experiment while doing organic forms?
Like this. Experiment
Experiment
while
with what
doing
exactly?
organic forms. I like
how
to do that. What?
No. Just to clarify the question, do you mean like how do you practice perspective with organic forms? Is that what you mean?
And I'll like turn all of these into boxes, honestly.
Nice. What's a good way to do jewelry? There's a lot of different kinds of jewelry. A lot of it will be in material studies. Like if you want to paint gold or jewels, that will require understanding the material, how it reacts with light. Like if I'm drawing necklaces, for example, in like a dainty necklace, I will break up my lines to make it feel a bit more subtle. Unless it's chunky, then I draw more like denser forms.
Ooh. Here we go. I hope that helps. Jenny, if you're still here, sometimes people will get feedback and they'll like leave as soon as it starts. I don't know why. But I hope that helps.
I have a vision for this one.
What's the... Ooh.
So, yeah, it's a fun character. Long hair with wolf ears and mostly human, just ears and a tail of a wolf. Beautiful silver hair down her waist. Okay, awesome.
What should I take from that exercise? From the one around the ellipse? It just helps with rotating boxes at different angles. What ends up happening is when people have like complete freedom with just drawing boxes like isolated, they'll usually just draw the same couple of boxes over and over and over. But if you draw them around a circle, you're actually forced to draw pretty much every in-between box, and you'll get different angles of them. So that's why I do that. There's also like drawing boxes around kind of like a line, like a wavy line or an S curve or something, rotating them. I could look for I know it's here. Here it is. I really like these kind as well.
Ooh.
Like you kind of draw them along a curve, like, and you rotate them as it goes. So you're kind of forced to draw every angle of the boxes. That's a fun assignment. Honestly, I used to just fill pages of my sketchbook with just snaking boxes. But your boxes honestly look pretty good. Like they're not that bad. You can really feel the volume, you know?
Yeah.
It lowers
is it
the
hard to
frame rate
see?
too much.
Oh. Is it kind of like laggy and stuff?
No, it's just a little bit dark, but it's whatever. Would you guys consider the art fundamentals, and in what order would you recommend practicing them? Art fundamentals, like there's a lot of overlapping ones, like dimensional drawing, design, observation, you know, like figure drawing and anatomy. But if you want to draw cars for a living, anatomy probably wouldn't be one of the fundamentals you spend very much time on, right? If you like, there's a lot of different fundamentals, and some of them overlap a lot with most goals. Some of them don't. And so what I would consider the art fundamentals would vary based on what are your goals, but you'd probably for sure need dimensional drawing and perspective.
Yeah.
I'm also going to start your perspective and dimensional drawing class after I'm done with the 250, but I wanted to start by getting back into drawing using a challenge like the 250 box first. Oh, nice. Wait, do you have our anime art school? I didn't know that.
Ah.
Oh, someone ordered our book today.
Oh, awesome. Through TikTok?
Yeah. Oh,
Nice.
Kevin sent me a new file as well.
Man,
I had no idea you had our anime art school, but that's awesome. So chat, be real with me here, all right? Who would actually be interested in like a set of this sort of thing? These models, like you can buy them and they will get mailed to you and you can have them. They're branded Anime Academy. They've got our branding on it. Physical models, they're really durable. Who would actually be interested in getting some of these for like lighting reference, angle reference? They're actually really good, dude. I literally use them. You would also? Do I have a kneaded eraser?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Not on me.
I might know where to find one.
Okay. Take your entire stock. How much? I'm not sure exactly yet. We need to figure out something that's worth it to us, because all of the faces are hand drawn on the heads. Christina draws them all, and all of these lines are filled by hand as well. And they do, each head takes about almost 2 hours to print. So, but we also want it to be affordable. So I don't know exactly. Do you ship to Europe? I would like to get shipping to Europe set up, but at the moment we don't ship anywhere because they're not even out yet. I don't think we would sell it for more than like probably 24, 25 bucks. Maybe like, what do you think? Probably between $20 and $30. Maybe like
Yeah, I think
21,
20%.
22, probably in the low 20s.
Probably.
For like a set of these, like 10 bucks a head or something.
Oh yeah, Zen, I'm thinking of adding like a little something along the lines of like a clip, but of an interesting symbol. Let me know if that's good with you, because I think that'd be kind of cool, huh?
Yeah, to be honest, I would only want a set with variations, like not to get locked into one shape / style. So you mean like the other heads as well, like the adult female and male?
Oh yeah.
You can move your mic.
We also have one.
You mean like with these? We have extra heads, by the way.
Yeah.
Like there's an adult male and there's an adult female. That male head doesn't have eyes on it, but we have a whole lot of them. So we actually have 5 heads total.
Gender / age. We also got like a really like a chibi.
Yep, there's a chibi. We have a teen male, teen female, chibi, adult male, and adult female. We have sets of 5. We have 25 boxes of the heads printed sitting on our kitchen table in boxes, almost ready to ship.
Mm-hmm.
But the wireframe ones, people have actually taken a really big interest in. So this is... My guess is that these are going to be the main ones people want. So we've been working on these too. On Etsy, they do the shipping outside of the U.S. paperwork and stuff for you if you buy their shipping labels. Interesting. You'd be interested in the boy one for sure.
Let me think. I'm gonna find a hair clip. I miss doing these watercolors so much.
You do.
Yeah.
They're fun. When do you think they will be up for sale? Ideally. So my brother is literally, like, as we speak, working on one of the head models. He literally just sent me, like, a couple minutes ago an OBJ of the updated teen female, because I feel like the lines on this one are just a little bit too thick compared to the male one. But as soon as we get that, we'll probably try to put them on TikTok Shop. That's going to be our first thing. We're doing TikTok Shop because that's where we have our books. I would like to get a website set up with either Etsy or Shopify or something soon. But TikTok Shop is definitely the first one we're getting it on. Drawing them all by hand is a lot of dedication. Christina honestly has gotten really good at it.
I have. Like, it made me practice so much. I was like, yeah, this. And I came up with like a. So the hardest ones to draw for me are the adult male and female, and that is just because there's like little room for error.
You know.
But I managed to find a way to draw them consistently that actually yields pretty good results. So I'm thinking the brooch could look something like this.
That's cute.
That's cute. Something kind of majestic, something kind of cool. Fits the vibe.
Never used TikTok. Do I need to make an account to use the shop? Probably. You'd probably have to if you want to get it on TikTok Shop. How do I get imagination like I have none? What inspires you? Like, what did you do as a kid? What did you grow up doing? Did you live in the city or did you live in the country? And like, what did you do for fun as a kid? What kind of movies do you like? Do you watch any movies? Do you watch anime? Usually people have a lot more imagination than they think they do. They just kind of have to be reminded of what they like.
Yeah,
She entered flow state for sure.
I did.
Oh, by the way, we have all the stickers here. We didn't have them the other day. So here is Abby,
So cute. I love the colors. They're so cute.
Mickey.
Mickey.
Here's Ray. I'm just showing them in the order that they happen to be piled up. Tira. Naomi.
Naomi's is really fun.
Yeah, that's a really
I
fun
love how
one.
vibrant her pink skirt is.
Jake.
I know Tira's is so good. Tira's probably one of my favorites.
June.
Mm-hmm.
There's another Ray one. And here's another Tira one. And another Tira
there's
one.
Miko's the one that's missing.
There we go.
Lastly,
Miko.
Miko. I love how vibrant all their colors are.
Yeah, they're really nice prints. Really nice stickers. Hello, Tira. Naomi looks so cute. Yeah, she does.
And we were thinking, like, if people get one of the heads, we'll ask them, like, oh, what stickers do you want or something. I don't know.
I
Or, like,
would-
if people draw.
I would very much like to throw a sticker in every order.
I would love to as well.
We have 50 of each. And we can order more. All those extra Tiras should come to me.
I love that we have such a good Tira fan.
Oh yeah, that's cool. We have a new order.
Nice.
Wait, is the person who got our book today on stream?
Yeah. Are you on stream, whoever got our book? Okay, I want also a brooch on the bottom because it's like I want that magical vibe. Okay. Small staff one.
Oh,
Magic
they got
stone.
both of our books.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they got volume 1 and volume 2. That's awesome.
Nice. Silver necklace with a crescent moon. Okay. Okay. So I was thinking Zen.
She said, I'm not even lying. You just made like 1,000 drawing ideas all at once. Yeah, I'm telling you, you're much more creative than you think you are. What do you enjoy? What do you like? What's interesting?
Yeah.
Feel free to change or add whatever they say.
Okay.
Whenever I sit down to draw, all the ideas I had just disappear and I have no idea what to draw. I totally know what you mean. That happens to me sometimes. I like trying to get a little doodle out as fast as possible. Just be like, oh, I was inspired by something.
I like something like this.
That's cool.
I always think of character design as like a dress-up game because I played a lot of dress-up games, so that inspires me a lot. Thank you for giving me so much creative freedom. When people say like, "Oh yeah, you can just draw whatever," I'm like,
80s fantasy movies like Labyrinth and Neverending Story. Dude, I saw Neverending Story for the first time when I was a senior in high school. Neverending Story.
I never seen it. Actually, I want an upside down.
We never watched it together?
No.
No.
No, of course not.
We so did. We had
No. I don't remember any of that.
I had no idea Christina didn't see it. I thought she did.
Do you think I had a American childhood?
Dude, the Neverending Story is so good. I love those old movies, and they would leave so much to the imagination. You know, Christina and I were just talking about like visual novels and like video games that allow you to like imagine. I think they're so much better. Atreyu, Artex, what is it?
Huh? What?
What's the horse's name? Something. Aardvark? I have no idea, dude. I don't remember.
Hold up. Okay, I gotta construct a little.
Everybody
bit.
on stream just hearing me go arp,
Arp.
Oh my gosh, look. I didn't realize he was here. Apple. It's Apple Baby. Apple Baby's been here and I didn't even notice. Atreyu? I thought Atreyu was the main character. The main dude. Someone asked if we prefer digital or traditional. I prefer personally digital. I've done it for a lot longer. I worked professionally for a long time doing digital. I don't think it's better. I just prefer it.
I prefer digital too. I feel like I really lock in.
What?
I lock in with digital. With traditional, I have to like kind of concentrate a little bit more because I don't do it as much.
That's funny. Bubba boom. Bro, what the heck is going on with stinking TikTok? Get out of here, bro.
Okay, I want a brooch
There we go.
here and a brooch here.
That scene broke me. This scene broke me. Oh, by the way, don't forget to congratulate Lau on 10,000 followers on TikTok. The big 10K.
Oh, is she growing her own fan base now? I saw someone say like, "Oh my gosh, Lau's here."
Dude, I remember when we hit our first 10K, it was monumental.
Yeah, I was.
I mean, it wasn't, but it was really fun. I was really happy that we did. Yeah, I know. I love those. Are you streaming tonight? My brother says. Whitey, don't you come find out?
I actually should make this pendant lower on the chest. I don't know if I want it to flow out.
By the way, chat, we solved the TikTok puzzle problem.
Yep.
Which means we're no longer going to have to solve puzzles on stream, most likely. So, like, 10-hour, 12-hour streams, I don't think we're going to have to solve stupid puzzles all the time. You get notified with when someone with over 10K followers likes your video now. What? That's new. Let me go like one of your videos.
All right, let me think. Kind of thinking about a cloak. Short. Okay. Let me just look up some reference. Short cloak.
I got a message from Tori in all caps that just says, "Wait, you were right about the audio being Aang. Help." I know I said something about that like a month ago, but I don't remember. Where the heck is Lau's profile at? Oh, here it is.
I need to remember to draw not as dark, so when I paint over this, it's not going to get super distracting.
Did it work? You get a notif? Or does it not work because we're friends? When should we follow Snaz back, by the way?
That's up to you. You're the one with the account.
Never.
Never. I'm gonna add a brooch here.
It does when I'm not on the app. Okay. I gotta go find another one of your posts. Hold on. You can quit the app now.
I don't think I'm making the brooch the crescent moon pendant. I know that she has a pendant, but I don't think I'll be able to draw it on here, so I'm gonna draw it on here instead.
Oops. Oh my gosh, is she straight up naked in that post of yours, Lau? Look at this.
I mean, she's beautiful. I just didn't expect that.
That's crazy. I got a notif, but it just says friend. Oh, I don't have any notifications on TikTok, dude. We would have so many notifications. We'll literally wake up in the morning with just like hundreds and hundreds of notifications. I don't read most comments either. Sometimes I'll read comments. People get into like big arguments in our comment section with each other. I love it because it just helps our post go more viral.
All right.
They'll just be like mad at each other for no reason.
I'm ready to line. I use the FH. Hello, FH. I haven't used you in so long.
I feel like your community is hard to break into and make friends with. Have you been in our community? Like,
have you actually been in it though? Like,
have you talked to anybody? Because they're like literally the nicest people ever. Have you posted in like the collab channel and said, "Hey, does anybody want to do a collab?" Like seriously.
Because that, yeah, that matters.
They're very nice. Like look at Captain for example. Super nice. Only only says friend. I'm also gonna go like your video. Tell me if you get a notif. Are you? Oh yeah, you have 14.5k followers. Wow, we're a bunch of famous people in our chat. That's crazy. Wait, go look at your profile. What's all this? Yeah, if you want friends, you need to go talk to like Fox and Danny Draws. Everybody's super nice.
Oh, that's fun.
A lot of fun stuff.
Hey, Panka. Panka drawer? Thank you. Hey. I messed up my greeting back. I think I'll make her more mysterious by making her eyelashes a little bit thicker.
Some have a lot of clicks, but yours doesn't. Oh, there's definitely clicks. But a lot of the time, clicks end up moving outside of the server. And so as long as, like, Christine and I regularly stream and are welcoming, there's generally always going to be, like, an active like an active, relatively active community in the Discord itself. And then people become friends. They go into their own group chats. They form cliques and stuff. But, like, new people are constantly coming in as well.
Bro, I've improved so much.
Have you?
I have. Like,
Great.
like my anime faces just look so much better these days.
Yeah.
I think so.
Is it all that OC drawing and stuff?
It's all the OC drawing. It's all like the style studies that I've been trying to do. Target standards. Just everything kind of accumulates, and you're like, wow, I can actually draw a pretty decent anime face, and it won't look awkward. I've kind of honed in like what kind of face shapes I like these days.
Oh, I get it.
No, I just drew this all on paper. But thank you.
Yeah, it's a new drawing.
It's a new drawing.
You sent your thing for low poly art share. Or low poly and art share. That's cute. Look at this.
Oh, that's so cute. What the
I
heck?
do like that. I love the little
Bananas work?
fingertips. Yeah. Is that your art? That's very nice. Design you made for Astronaut Space Explorer. It's fun.
I'm so glad that we have now unlocked another member. Another regular.
Yeah. I feel like Nana came quite a while back.
Yeah, but now it seems
just became like relatively active.
Yeah.
That is fun.
I gotta lock in on this brooch right here. You might see my head a bit.
I feel like it's really dark. I wonder if I can adjust the ISO at all.
I don't know. Maybe.
ISO is 250. I
Ooh.
could probably bump it up to 400.
Okay. Now she looks
For
even more
your
dazzling.
viewing pleasure. Don't forget, I gotta bump it back down later. How do I get in your Discord channel? You can go to the link on our profile. You can also go to drawanime.com.
Here it is. Yes, I am going to color it. what's the best medium to use? So I'm going to be using watercolor because
Are you going to use any acrylic marker?
I might use an acrylic marker as well.
Whoa.
I use watercolor because this is watercolor paper, but it's also because it's just really cheap to use, and it just has really good pigment if you choose the right kind.
If you do this year, if you give Miki a Halloween costume design, expect fan art. I think she was a pirate last year.
She was a pirate last year.
Where's
She'll
the
probably continue to be a pirate unless we change something in the design.
Mobius overlays? Halloween overlays, students.
You can draw as a ghost if you want, because she can talk to ghosts.
Here's the Halloween Miki from last year. Pretty good, pretty cute. She was like a, I don't know, sexy pirate.
Sexy.
Miki can talk to ghosts, or she can communicate with ghosts. That's one of her childhood powers. Which is funny, considering your VTuber is like ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Ghost themed. With your blessing to design a monster girl Miki?
What kind of monster girl?
What kind of monster girl, yeah. I mean, sure, you can make fan art if you want. It is fun. Some, Jeha did pony.
Oh yeah, Jeha did a pony. Yeah, that was really fun.
Cute.
Louder!
Nothing ever made me want to watch My Little Pony at all.
Until
Except when I saw that clip, I thought it was so funny, and I just loved it, and I wanted to watch it. And we haven't, but I want to sometime.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's amazing.
Apparently, it's really good. I don't know too much if they ruined the ending or what. I don't know if it's still going on.
I feel like for TikTok, it would be a little bit nicer to zoom out so you could see the hand a little more. What is our TikTok title? Anime tutorials hanging out. Drawing. Anime. Comms. Should we open, like, think about it. Chat. What if we did? All right, hear me out. Stay with me.
Stay with me.
What if there was a temporary on-stream traditional commissions that we ran for like a week or something, and people could commission a traditional artwork from Christina during that week, and it would just be drawn like all week.
Hey,
Like,
I'm
we
not
just went
against
live
that.
for like a week or something. Could be cool.
Okay, hold on.
What if a commission, like a traditionally done OC, was like a reward for like winning a competition or like a raffle or something?
Oh,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
You like that idea? Like if there was something that people could enter, like some sort of a raffle or something, and the winner would get like, oh, your OC done live on stream by Christina,
That would be so cool.
and we like mail it to you. Loud, can you even receive mail? Like the last thing we mailed you, it got like lost forever. Are you sure that wouldn't happen with like a second thing? Have you ever tried mixing realism ... UK for fun? I don't know what that means exactly.
You know, for fun.
Oh, you know. I'm like UK, like
Maybe it's you. Maybe it's That's what I'm guessing.
UK. Wouldn't it be like YK?
Something like that. Yeah, I mix in realism for fun. Most of my art that I draw for like personal stuff is realism.
You received stuff from the U.S. before, but it was so, like, I needed a lot of help, and the process was so tedious. That's wild. Priority mail in a sealed container with a heart on the box. I think someone just straight up stole Lau's package. Did you ever find your package, by the way? Because I know you said you were going to the city to look for it. Lau, the country girl going to the big city to look for a package. Make that a story, dude. Frank and Miki. That
That'd
could
be
be
fun.
Yeah, for sure. Well, DM me because I can't spell that much here. Spill? Going to the city.
Can't spill that much. Oh, that probably means like spill details.
Probably so. She said spell, but I'm guessing she meant spill, like spill in the tea. Not Tori messaging me last night and being like, OMG, I got tea. And I'm like, wait, like real tea or like gossip tea? And it was gossip tea. And it was better than real tea, for sure.
Okay. I think what I'll do is I'll probably ditch the ribbon. I think it makes her a little bit too frilly. I feel like she's a little bit more serious than this. So I think what I'll do is I'll change the brooch.
This is a nice...
Kind of like a star.
This is a nice commission, dude. So you're telling me... All right, hear me out. You're telling me that if somebody buys Anime Art School, you will make them one of these right here, like this, and paint it and mail it to them?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
That's crazy.
Yep. And if you get it on the discount, that's the promotion. So
No strings attached?
nope.
In fact, that's in addition to 20% off of the school?
Okay. Sign me up.
Sounds like a pretty good deal to me, dude.
Let me think.
He woke up. He knows.
Oh, little feet. Oh. He's so cute when he stretches his little toe beans.
Does it also come with a few locks of hair from Applejack? Yes, whether you like it or not.
Yeah. Do a little gemstone here.
Dropped by to say your art is beautiful and hi, Kitty.
Thank
Hello.
you. Hi.
Welcome. Kitty, gonna have to save up for it, but I am interested in the art school. Awesome. Friggin' Miki would be fun, though. Toe beans? Yeah, for sure. Stinky little toe beans. It was a holiday in the U.S. today, so we actually couldn't ship out the package because the post office was closed. However, we're going to ship out the package tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're shipping out 2 books, we'll probably want to use the box that we used to ship out the books in. I feel a cat. That felt like a Toby.
Yep.
Me saving up for Christina watercolor commissions.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I might have
Tori?
to fix this later.
Tori
That'd be
spends
fine.
money like it physically burns her every time she has any. At least she's supporting the small artist economy.
True.
Small indie artist economy. Applejack is Mr. Worldwide. Is that a reference to something? Feels like a One Piece type deal. Oh, you mean his hair is going to all parts of the world? Yeah, he sheds so much, dude. Boom, boom. Oh, did you DM something? Oops.
Maybe I will add in the ribbon ball.
Wait,
do like a
I
subtler
guess you didn't.
ribbon.
Business has been good for Lau, dude.
Boomin'.
Yeah, business has been booming. I'm glad.
Me too.
Hey, if you do commissions and you're good and you're reliable and you're easy to work with, we will 100%
Promote.
chill on your behalf. We will be like, hey, guess what? Like, I'll be in random comment sections on TikTok and I'll be like, hey, you should commission XYZ. They're great. Did I do that? I think I did that
I
actually.
don't know. Did you? Now I need to figure this out. I'm getting distracted by all these lines. I'm just gonna start erasing a bit.
What is the liner you're using?
It is a Faber-Castell FH.
FH.
Fude nib.
Fude nib hard.
I hope that you are liking this so far, Zen.
Yeah, it looks good.
Thank you.
I'm not Zen, but I like it.
Oh, well, thank you. I still appreciate your opinion.
The mangaka for No Game No Life is such a big inspiration for me.
Oh.
Wait, Lau, did you send some sort of a DM? Oh, there it is. Oh.
Whoa.
Halfway done with your Secret Admirer piece? And noise. You need to do your Secret Admirer piece.
I did.
You did it already?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, it's because I took some time to do it. I forgot to send it to you.
Christina was complaining about me not sending
know.
her something the other day.
I was like practicing and then I forgot.
this art to Lau and not to me! And then I'm like, oh, you need to do your Secret Admirer. And she's like, oh yeah, I did it. I never sent it to you. Insert Arthur fist.
To be fair, I was recording a lot. And then
That's literally why I didn't. You were recording, so I didn't send.
Well,
I'm like, oh, you were in the middle of recording, so I
The
didn't
thing
send
is
the thing.
It's not that. It's not that. Okay. I don't care if you send me while I'm in the middle of recording. I'll still look at it. For me, I was recording. I got busy and I forgot to send it to you. Aw, thank you, Zen. I'm so glad. I was actually just in the middle of sending it to you, and then I was like, wait, I gotta send other stuff to you first, and then I kind of forgot. It's true.
Are y'all gonna celebrate Chinese New Year?
I don't know how we would celebrate.
We have a celebration debt that is already piled up. We
Yeah.
have 200,000 TikTok followers celebration that we haven't done. We have... What the heck was that other thing we were going to celebrate?
Valentine's Day?
No. I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Look, there's a lot of celebrations that have built up that we haven't done yet. It's like Animal Crossing, dude. There's just celebrations for everything. Group photos. 200 hours stream.
Oh boy, I don't know if I would last. Okay, time to... I think we're nearly ready for the watercolor part. This is the exciting
That's
part.
all good, Lau. When you come to Lightbox, we'll get you a new watercolor set.
Yeah. Because that would... that would suck for you not
You
to
better
watch.
start saving, for real. Like, you got so many commissions going off. Lightbox is a canon event for professional artists to go to. Seriously. It's so important. That's not that important, but, like, it's really good. If you want to do some networking and walk around and talk to people, like, if you want to be a pro artist that, like, breaks into, like, higher level stuff, I would definitely recommend going. There's so many people there that are worth talking to and meeting and getting the contact information of. It's like, it's legit. There's really, really good artists
I
there.
need to actually up my line work a little bit here.
It's not like some anime convention or something. It's like a legit,
art
industry.
connections.
Yeah.
Let me darken the line here a bit.
Get a portfolio together and maybe talk to some artists. Like Sam does. Art is there. Proco is there. All kinds of people go there and have booths and stuff. And you can get like a portfolio of your work printed and Heck, you could even have like a place over here printed or something if you don't want to travel with it. But and walk around and you like talk to artists at booths and stuff, have your best work. It's totally worth it. Like it's 100% worth saving up for. We'll try to get one this year. Passport. Yeah, I would so go. And it's really nice to get out if you haven't really been out of the country too much and been around.
Just waiting for this to dry so it doesn't actually smudge when I color, because that's happened before, and I get really frustrated when that happens.
How do we get better line art? Draw a lot of line art.
Draw a lot with line art and just spam it.
Yeah.
Spam all the line art. Like, any chance that you get, find a line art style that you like and want to take inspiration from it. You're like, man, I want my line work to look like this.
Study it.
Study it, yeah.
Break down, like, where do the lines get darker? Where are there gaps in the lines? Like, look for recurring patterns. Draw from observation. Do copy drawings of, like, your favorite artists and be like, oh, I want to, whatever. Like, for example, I'm trying to get better at line work, and I'm doing 1,000 anime heads challenge, and I'll really, really pay attention to how, like, artists do line work. Like, here's the author of Food Wars. And I mean, this isn't their work, this is my work, but I was like copying their drawing and I'm like looking at where they leave gaps in the art. Like, oh, there's a gap right here, there's a gap right here, and there's like this kind of path that they create through their art of lines. And like, where do they darken stuff? Where do they add a bunch of line weight? And like, as you study different artists and you create your own art, you'll get a lot better. You get a lot better at it just as time goes on and you practice. What? Oh. And so that's what I would say. If you want to get better, like, study your favorite artists, how they do it, and just over and over and over spam it, and be really conscious about your practice.
Yeah. All right. I need to clear off this desk a little bit so I don't get crazy stuff happening.
How do you guys feel about making notes? I make notes all the time. I'm so forgetful.
Bro,
I forget everything.
I make notes of things that are important.
Notes, alarms. $1 is around 1,500 pesos here. It makes it pretty hard to save. Yes, raise your prices for sure.
Yep.
As you get better, I would 100. Actually, Lau, if you don't really want to raise your prices, what you could do is you could just create multiple tiers, and you could do like tiers where maybe you charge more for a certain kind of thing. And so instead of like, you could make like an enhanced version available where it's like they don't have to get that,
but it's an option.
But it's an option in case people want to be spendy. And believe me, there are a lot of Tories out there who are like, they want to be spendy.
Especially for an artist that they like.
Yeah. 100%. Like, if I would create a tier just as an option for sure. And you'll be like, what the heck? Like, I made 3 times as much off of that. Like, and they were really happy with it. That's crazy. And for people who don't want that tier, they don't have to get it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I feel like if I think I would charge 200 for watercolors like this.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, I would do it. I love doing these watercolors. They're super
Maybe we
fun.
run like a limited thing where we do like have like 5 slots.
Ooh, yeah. All right, time to do my favorite part. I should
list
do
of services you want to offer. So definitely planning on doing more hardcore stuff. Yeah, like that's great because like
gold eyes. I gotta remember that first.
The problem that artists run into is like you only have so much time in the day, and so you basically have like an hourly rate. And if you aren't creative, you can be locked permanently to that hourly rate, and you may never get above that. And a lot of artists will like try to expand by having maybe their brush pack available or certain tutorials available just in case people want them, right? Like, there are people out there who will 100% buy things that you have available that you may not really think is like what like most people don't want them, but there's someone out there who does, or there's like a group of people out there who are just like they do.
Mm-hmm.
You're a very spendy commissioner too, trying to correct it. It's okay, Nana. That's how much you were going to charge me for my watercolors. Tori said 200.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
When to do wet on wet versus wet on dry. I try portraits and tutorials always do wet on wet.
Wet on wet is great for like if you want to have like a big area of effect. Like if you want to fill the whole like hair, wet on wet is great for that because the color can spread evenly. For really like if you really want to get the intense color, I do wet on dry.
And as you network and make connections and your clientele starts to go up, you're definitely going to start getting more intensive, larger budget commissions, like someone who may spend, you know, multiple hundreds of dollars to get like a character sheet done or something.
Look how this brush is really nice.
What brush?
This brush.
Have you used it before?
No, I've never used it before. I was trying to find some watercolor brushes.
Do you know Mark Burnett on YouTube? Yeah. He's great. He's a really good artist. Do you know the Japanese animator called Hyde? Hyde? I think I started following Hyde. Wasn't
Was that the person that does
Was that the guy that was like a programmer? What?
Oh, I don't know.
Hide. I don't remember exactly. It may have been one of the artists that I was following for a really, really long time since I was a beginner, but I don't remember. You started art like 1.5 months ago. You're high school sophomore. Is it too late to start? Because every artist I see started at like 8 or something. No, I started it. I got serious when I was like 18. You know, I have multiple friends who started art after they were 30 years old. And they're some of my most successful artist friends. Mark Burnett just made a video recently. I didn't watch it, but it was called like why starting art later is actually an advantage. And I haven't seen the video, but I agree. I say that all the time. Mm-hmm. There's advantages to starting young and there's advantages to starting older, but a sophomore in high school would absolutely be considered very young.
Yeah.
Like just personally from experience, starting older, you have more life experience, you have more resources, you are you generally better at planning. You have more skills that you're bringing into your art ability. There's a lot of people who start in their 30s. Knowing Mark Burnett, the video is definitely worth a watch. I just saw the title. I haven't actually watched it. Sophomore, dude. If you saw my sophomore art, have a good night. Yeah, Lau, if you don't want to raise your prices, I would definitely introduce another tier for people who want more. That's one thing I learned very early is like there are going to be people who want more, and if it's not available, then they can't get more. Heck, Christine and I even considered just opening a version of Anime Art School that was really expensive, that just came with like an entire term worth of feedback or like sessions. Like it was like a combination of mentorship it was like a combination of like a mentorship and Anime Art School, so they would get feedback on all of their homework going through an entire term. We just haven't done it. It's on the to-do list though, because some people want it.
Yeah.
And it would be like a long-term mentorship where they could work directly with Christina and I and get feedback on their homework and stuff. And most people wouldn't buy it, but like there's an occasional person that probably would, and they would get a lot out of it. I know they would get a lot out of it, dude. Holy crap, that would be so good.
Oh, they would be so good.
Dude, I would take that. Like legit.
It would be like a very, very long-term mentorship.
Now, I don't really know many artists on YouTube or anything. I love this song.
Me too.
Whose is this drawing?
This is Zen Legion.
Okay, Lindsay, this is a character of someone who got anime art school with a promotion. Is it a different eye color?
Yeah, it's gold.
Okay,
The hair is what they wanted.
that's nice. White hair?
Okay, and then I want to add a bit of blush.
It's personal preference. Traditional versus digital. Totally personal preference. I wouldn't say one is better. Like, I mean, if you're working in like the industry, digital is pretty much industry standard because it's so fast. But I also know artists who never even touched digital in their life. Like our oil painting teacher never touched digital before. Never even tried it. James Gurney, he doesn't do any digital.
Oh.
He's a legend. He's a super, super, super respected master. Never touches digital. Not interested in it. PCAT, I've heard of PCAT. They're a very good artist. I haven't really seen any of their videos. They're really good. I followed them on ArtStation before I ever knew they had a YouTube channel. Really good character designer. Hello, Draw Anime Academy. I'm curious, is it possible to become an artist without going to college or art school? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Loads of people have.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to get art school mixed up with education because I'm talking about like going formally to an art school. You're definitely going to need education. Whether that's a mentor or classes, or there's some really good YouTube channels out there that teach a lot of really good stuff as well. Education, absolutely. School, like art school, formally, college, no. You don't need it. Just tuned in. Art looks so pretty. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
If you want one of these, it is a bonus for getting our anime art school.
Yep. The 20% off.
And it's 20% off.
Yep. So if you get this with the discount, let us know, and then we'll be able to do a drawing for you and send it to you.
Yeah. How to do manga style illustrations so that I don't have to spend 6 hours coloring. I'm not sure what you mean. You don't have to color a manga illustration.
Yeah, you don't.
You could just make it black and white or line work. Yeah, Lau should definitely do some sort of VTuber models, like designs.
I think this needs to.
The amount that freelance illustrators make, your head's kind of in frames, is mind-boggling. I had a friend, my classmate, a good friend of mine. He was a freelance concept artist, and at one point he was making about 1,500 US a day for like an entire year. He was fast and good, and that's about how much he made as a concept artist for a really long time. He made enough to like flat out buy an apartment in Seoul
Holy cow.
in 1 year as a freelance concept artist. He was in his 20s, like his late 20s. It's insanely profitable Freelance is like the meta of earning. Yeah, it's crazy. He was one of the main designers on World of Warcraft, and he would juggle multiple projects at the same time. He's very, very like, what's the word?
Ambitious.
Aggressive with taking on a bunch of work and rates. Yeah, he made like $500,000 in a year.
Oh yeah.
Just freelancing from like a MacBook laptop.
Oh my gosh, that's
Just
the meta.
Insanely. Yeah, he lived on Jeju. From Jeju, bro. What an inspiration. He has a ton of his World of Warcraft stuff up on his ArtStation as well. You need to get a PC, brah? I mean, you can if you want.
Okay.
When you pay your illustrator, I usually try to give them some creative freedom. I could just give them reference picture and details and let them do their thing. Yeah, that's what I like. Mm-hmm. You work with like a pretty competent artist, and you just let them be the expert, and you just kind of give them a general direction, and then you maybe like check in, like usually like illustrators will check in and send like a progress shot before they like really commit to a direction. And if you don't, you should.
Yeah, you should.
Because like the people will want to work with you again, generally, but you just let them do their thing.
Micromanaging an artist is going to be, it's not necessarily the best.
Strive to be able to support my family someday with my art. It's definitely still going to be a thing. I don't know how the industry is going to change with AI and the development of everything, but I can guarantee you that there is a lot of people out there that do and will continue to appreciate human-made art.
Yeah.
If anything, I think people are realizing just how much they didn't appreciate it before.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people are. That's my guess, though. Will working with watercolor help me at the moment if my end goal is to paint with acrylic or oil? Yeah, I mean, watercolor is a great entry point. You're
really
still
like
mixing colors. You're still messing with values. Like the technicalities of the medium are a bit different, but you're still painting with shapes and light and dark and colors and temperature. 100%. Will the VOD be available? Yes.
Yes.
We don't take our VODs down.
That would suck if we did.
Yeah. I guess the questions are, how do you find clients like that? And is your background enough to justify the pay? Your portfolio would be the thing that would justify the pay. Can say you work at XYZ big company, but do people really shill rupees out like that? Rupees?
Mm-hmm.
What is that? The currency in India?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. But again, it's based on your portfolio. And like, he didn't just start making that in 1 year. You know, he built up his clientele. He worked with people and they really liked his work, and he was fast and had a fast turnaround and good quality work. But you wouldn't go, oh, I worked at this company. You would show them your portfolio and they would be like, holy crap, this is awesome. And they'd hire you.
Yeah.
And concept art is also just a really high-paying job because it's a design job, and design is really hard. Illustration, and in my personal experience, generally doesn't pay quite as much as concept art.
Because concept art is like a thinking job. It's easier to make something look pretty when you have the fundamentals.
Yeah. I mean, design jobs are like really high level stuff, especially if you're doing like, I don't know, like Western sci-fi projects. Like a lot of Western projects have really strict design. A lot of people want to try and get into the union in movies and do movie work and film work. But the concept industry is weird right now. I haven't done concept work in a couple of years, but from what I hear from a lot of my friends and stuff, concept industry is just weird right now. Just the state of like jobs and
Yeah, it sucks because it's such a cool industry, and it got popular. So like, when did it start getting popular?
what?
Concept art,
Oh, I don't know.
like early 2000.
Viral popular?
Yeah,
Probably around the time of like Fang and some of those guys. Like
they made it possible.
early 2010s, maybe it started getting popular, and then like 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, I think it just kind of became like more of a like a mainstream popular thing that people want.
Okay, so
Games used to be very like nerdy, and now it's mainstream. Kind of like anime, right?
yeah,
Like anime used to be this thing that like people almost didn't even want to tell people that they were into back like a long time ago. Now it's like mainstream popular. It's like you got anime and Hot Topic and everywhere. It's like this mainstream cool thing to be interested in.
yeah.
Didn't used to be that way.
Nope.
At least not very much.
What's the difference between this blue? Okay, I'll just try this.
Feel free to do the cloak whatever color you want.
Okay. Thank you.
I really like how you said concept is more for problem solving that never sees the light of day, different mental shift of what I previously thought of it. Oh yeah, it's all purely design ideas. Most concept art looks hideously ugly, by the way. Like, it's just, hey, we need a XYZ thing for whatever. We need, like, can you break down how the lever works on this door that you need to open? You know, it's like a lot of concept art is just very rough, very loose problem solving. You there's a I don't have it on this computer. There's a
Skyrim?
file out there of a bunch of Skyrim's original concept art. It's called DesignWorks, like Skyrim DesignWorks. I have it on a hard drive somewhere, and it's like a gigabyte of just traditional pencil drawings of concept art for Skyrim, and like really loose digital paintings of like Argonians and Khajiits and the all the different cities and traps that are in the dungeons and stuff. Concept art doesn't have to be pretty. No, a lot of the time on actual working projects, it's not pretty at all.
Very utilitarian.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
if you want to get hired as a concept artist, you should make your portfolio look pretty, just because you want to be able to do it.
Alright, I'm thinking of going dark. Let's see. Okay, I'll try this.
Like, a lot of this concept art for Skyrim would get like very like no likes on social media. Like, social media is very strange with art. Like, wow, this is bold and brash. It's gonna be pretty though.
It is gonna be pretty.
I found some, by the way.
You can go ahead and show it. It's gonna take a while.
Like, this is an example. This is a good example of like some concept art. Like this. This is some of that Skyrim concept art. I was able to just kind of find some online, right? Paintings, like a lot of really rough stuff like this. Like, you get a lot of this kind of thing. Just problem solving, thinking. You know, these are like ZBrush shots. This is from the Art of Skyrim. I've never seen this book, but like lots of really, really simple stuff like this as well. Like sketches, ideations. You know, some of it is certainly pretty, but a lot of it is not. And art of books are very doctored up, like they're very polished. But I'll try to find the the document that I have that has a bunch of like rough concept art that you'll see on projects a lot of the time. I just looked up Skyrim Design Works PDF. There was some Internet Archive version. I really like the art of Fallout 4. I really like the art of, what's that? I have a bunch of art of books.
You do?
Yeah,
Yeah,
tons
you
of
do.
them.
Yeah. I thought you meant like online.
Dragon Age Inquisition has a really good art of book for if you want like rough, not polished stuff. What else? Wolfenstein has a really good art of book. Wolfenstein New Order. I don't know if they have a ton of really rough stuff, but oh, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous art of book. You know, trigger warning for swastikas, obviously, because that's a very it's a game about that.
Yeah.
What else? It's a fun game too. I remember playing through that.
I want a light blue.
What are the other art of books that have a bunch of cool stuff in them?
Fallout.
Yeah, Fallout 4 has a great, really thick art of book that has a good number of pretty rough sketches as well. Of course, it's all very, it's very like, they go through it and polish it up afterwards for the book.
Presented well.
Yeah, they represent it. Represent? Represent. Is that even a word? Like, is that a way to say something? English majors?
Who is an English major in here anyways?
But as far as art of books that have a bunch of really, really, really rough stuff, I don't know. There's a lot of art of books that have really pretty stuff. Do game companies release the concept art of their games? Only a very little bit of it.
I gotta itch. It's almost done.
I feel like there's some confusion with terms like concept art or concept work. I was under the impression tends to be rough sketches, ideations, figuring stuff out. But I've heard it argued concept art refers to finished, polished work. You have both. There's rough, loose concept art to figure stuff out, like early production. We did a lot of that on Outriders. There was just really rough sketch ideations, and man, some of the work I did on one of the PUBG maps was super rough, super rough. But there's also concept art that is a lot more fleshed out and polished. Like anything from really, really, really rough stuff that it could, like, you could do concept art that just is focusing on color, so you don't actually need to really like flesh anything out. They call it fleshing it out or like polishing it or whatever. Like fleshing something out is when you refine it and bring it to the level of like you're showing like the little details and stuff like that. There's both. There's like really polished, refined concept art, and then there's very loose very loose things. Like, there's concept art that they'll basically match 1-to-1 in the game. And then there's concept art that's just like really loose sketches. Like, what could the fence look like? What does this watchtower look like? What does the inside of the car look like? And it's like they just go through like a bunch of rapid fire different explorations. Did you guys know that Disney has an official anime? I have no
What?
idea.
I did not know that. It's kind of cool. The beauty of acrylic markers is that you can get like, you can layer colors on top super opaquely like this. Oh, it's so good.
Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. Oh, this makes me depressed.
What?
Volta's work on Dead Space.
Oh.
Last Epoch. What is that? Cinematic illustrations. Really good artists will work on different things, by the way. Like, a really high-level artist can do illustrations, concept art. Like, Alex Negrea. He's so good. He can do all kinds of... He can do splash art, he can do concept art, he can do character design, environment design, all kinds of stuff. What was I going to look up again? Derek Zabroki. Derek's also really good. And I've never personally worked in film, but film is supposedly super, super fast paced, like photo bashing in 3D, very, very tight deadlines.
I think that's why a lot of people like working for indie studios.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, and then what I want to do is I'll add that silver crescent moon in here. Let's see, I want to add...
You want us to watch Aquamarine so bad?
Oh, that movie? That mermaid movie?
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for my white gel pen. My jelly roll pen.
I don't know. It's probably in that case. Looks like it.
No, it's not the gouache.
There's also gouache.
There's also gouache.
Is that not the Jelly Roll pen?
No, it's not. No, it's not the gouache.
I have no idea.
I think I know where it is.
Is it in one of these drawers?
It's possible, but I think it's in another,
About here.
I think it's in like another...
Room. It's not in this cabinet here.
I think it's because I just use it for so many things.
For this one, right?
Yes, that one. Exactly. Alright.
I need to take a book of each out.
Oh yeah. Because we got 2 book sales. That's fun.
What was it like getting my first gig? Did you have someone mentor you for a bit? Yeah, actually, my mentor grandfathered me onto... No, wait, never mind. My very first gig, my school sent out our portfolios to different potential clients. And I got hired by a place called Super 78 Studios. Actually, I can show you some of my very first concept art I ever did.
My God.
I don't know if this is the first concept art I did, but at least on their website, they have some of my really old work. Yeah, this is one of the very first pieces of concept art I ever did. It was a escape room called League of Spies, and I did this on my MacBook. It was one of the first pieces I ever did professionally. They paid me $350 a day, and I spent, I don't know, a good couple days on it, and I spent my whole first paycheck on anime because I don't know why.
Well, it was your first paycheck.
I was excited. I did a good amount of work for them, actually. They were the same studio that I did the Mattel Adventure Park work for. A couple of my classmates got hired by these guys. I did various stuff for them, designing theme park and escape room type stuff. But then the first time I ever worked with Volta, which was a studio I worked for years, my mentor grandfathered me onto a job because I was just not at a super high level at that point. It was my first time working in games, and I was doing some mobile game design. We did an airship project where there was like a mobile game with some airships, and my ships were just, they were atrocious, dude. They were so bad.
I do a bit of gray.
But I did it. And I got hired on a couple of different like RTS style projects in the
What is
early days.
RTS?
Real-time strategy, like tileable, like mobile games where you put tiles down and stuff.
Oh, I see.
Which is funny because I really didn't do very much isometric work, like, ever again. I did some, but not a lot. Bro. Funny enough, my recent room that I made is actually relatively similar now that I look at it.
Oh, this one's running out of ink.
What is? You not shake it?
I don't know. This one's kind of. There we go.
You gotta
Yeah.
make sure you shake them a good amount.
Yeah,
That sucks. Let me
that's
see.
fine. I only needed like a little bit.
Did you?
Yeah. I'm almost done with this piece. I want a bit of this violet. Dark violet.
Shake it before use. Close after use. Put flat. Makes sense?
Yep. Alright. I want to add a little bit of like constellation or like some kind of dots.
Bum.
Alright, I think I'm gonna add a few more finishing touches. I'm gonna add a little bit of this Payne's gray.
What? The hat? Homie, what?
Huh?
Wow, just wow, she looks amazing.
can I attain overall cohesive values? Organizing them. Organizing them into manageable values. Like keeping things organized through like what's your light and your dark. You know, what's the lightest light that you're willing to go to? What's the darkest dark you're willing to go to? And keeping that balance in check.
Doing a bunch of 2 and 3 value studies. Do a bunch
Yeah.
of Noton studies in 2 values. Doing a bunch of 3 value studies for sure, which you can do with still lifes. I actually teach it in my painting class and anime art school.
Thank you, Zen. I'm so glad you're liking it.
So I teach it in my painting class. This is what some of it looks like. So like this is the stage where we kind of break thing into just light and dark. Here's the dark, here's the light. And then when we move into this, we're basically just kind of expanding one more dark, one more light. And then we bring it into color, but my lights and darks are still separated. You can see like the values here are very similar to the values here, which are the same as the values here. We've just kind of like taken one more step in each direction. And then the color doesn't actually affect that, right? Like red is a medium darkish value, and the green is much darker than the light flowers, and the yellow lemons are quite light. So that it affects it, but the groups are still separated, right? Is that the same reason why artists do underpainting? Sometimes. Like, I think underpainting is because they want like a certain color peeking through here and there. They don't just want like the harsh white of the canvas, I believe. I didn't do an underpainting on this one. I mean, I started with like a gray. I guess that could be considered like underpainting.
All right. What should I add? I kind of want to add like a...
When I did the mentorship with Clear Sky, we spent many weeks just focusing on organization of lights and darks. Very, very, very important. What's the hat called again? What hat?
What hat?
I don't get it.
You
you
mean
talking to,
your propeller hat?
My propeller hat? Maybe the hat I'm wearing? I don't know. I think Lau's like tripping tonight. The hat on my head?
You already know what this is, isn't
You
it?
know what this is called, dude? Propeller hat. It is a propeller hat, or it's just a hat with a propeller. I don't know. I don't know what it's called. Hat. Helicopter hat. Probably any guess would get you the right thing.
Like, did you forget the name of it? Alright. So her name is...
They say, every time I think I can't get... It can't get any better. You proved me wrong. I'm completely blown away. Well, glad you like it.
I'm very flattered by your kind words. Her name is Luna.
That's not a word you're familiar with? A propeller?
Luna Bucks.
The propeller is the little spinny thing on top. Helicopter, helicopter.
I want to darken the eyes before I finish. And then add with little sparkles in the eyelid. We got yummy meal prep this week.
The one that makes me cough and choke.
Yes.
Yes, I love it. It's so tasty.
I thought you were like, oh no, is it gonna be bad? Alright,
That's more of a me thing. I'm the one who coughs and chokes.
true. I think Luna is finished. What do you think, Colton?
Very nice.
I feel like I'm just gonna look at it from far away first. She looks like a magic student, even though she's a traveler, but it's because I gave her all those embellishments.
My baby sister name is Luna. That's fun.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah, I think this is ready to go. Actually, no. One second. I need to add a bit of dark. Because this is getting a little bit distracting here. I see a lot of whites. I want this to be organized. Here we go. When I see too many whites, it gets a bit streaky. So I'm like, I've got to organize. Alright. Now it's done. That looks more comfortable.
What's good practice for drawing body positions? You mean like poses and stuff? I mean figure drawing. You really can't beat figure
You
drawing.
can't beat figure drawing.
Just take a figure drawing class and just absorb the knowledge, do all the homework, draw a bunch of poses, simplify them down with primitive forms like boxes and cylinders, focus on wrapping lines, focus on overlaps. Like really a figure drawing class is going to cover all that sort of thing.
Yep. Thank you, Lily. We're doing good. I like doing these.
More of the scattered type or organized type. All of my files while I'm working get all over the place. On my slow break days, I organize my files, making them easier to share. It depends. It depends. If I'm on a project that requires organization, I'll usually organize pretty early.
Yeah, gotta clean all this up.
You have to put the back in first. Yeah.
This
It's
not
dumb.
very good. It's really dumb. This thing is so stupid. Ah.
Lift up the front. What a dumb design, dude.
I can't lift the front of this thing. It's like stuck. Oh my
There it
gosh,
goes.
bro.
And then when you carry it and it falls off,
Oh,
it's
I
like
hate
everything goes everywhere.
Oh, I hate that so much. I hate ones like that.
Christina, do you still have that Elf Tira demo you did a while ago? Was it on the iPad?
It's on the iPad, yes, but I have to find it because it's a long time ago stuff. I can find it.
Is it all clipped on?
Yes, it's all clipped on.
Don't forget, if you want one of these done, you get Anime Art School,
For 20% off.
you'll get one.
No, this is not a 10-hour stream.
Nope. How long have we been live? 3
I don't know,
hours
3
and 20
hours.
minutes.
Yep. So that took about. You think that took about an hour? A little bit more than an hour?
I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention.
Yeah. Let me go try to find that Tira demo. But we'll probably wrap up soon.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably like
pretty far
pretty far down.
Where's Fox when you need her, dude?
Oh, there it is. Got it.
There it is. That one?
Yeah. You need to screenshot it or something? And I did Mickey Elf too.
Oh, okay. That is very cute.
No, not that one. Do you mean the one with her in the environment?
Like graphically compositional one, probably.
Probably.
You did a bunch of Elf Tiras, dude.
Yeah, I kind of did. They might be hidden in a file. Yeah, I would not know where that one is. Wait, I found it. Yippee! This one?
That one.
That one was fun. Gotta love Rapunzel type hair. Colors are so nice. Thank you. I actually really like paintings that have like a really high key and saturated colors. I don't remember who I was inspired by.
Yu Ming,
Probably Yu Ming, yeah. Most likely Yu Ming.
probably. He has a really good. He does that stuff really well.
Mhm.
I'm always super inspired by it.
Yeah.
And that was back when we were always talking about his work.
Yeah, that's right. It's so difficult to color like that for me. If you understand like the values underneath the color, it's not really that hard because if you limit your values, you also limit your colors. I chose like just light pale colors, and I know that blue gets pretty vibrant pretty fast because it's naturally a dark color. So like using a bit of light blues can really make something pop. And then yellow's obviously very light. How can you make your whole art piece feel coherent or good like the painting you're showing? Oh, thank you. I mean, there's a lot of, there's like multiple things that involve a coherent painting. It's like, what's the subject, right? Like what's actually happening? What's the story? And does all the elements in the background, the foreground, background, and midground, does it serve the story? And then in terms of color and value, when you limit your values, you're basically making it cohesive because it's not like all over the place. There's no like super bright brights and super dark darks. It's just you planned it for that. And in terms of color, when you have mixed certain colors and have them associate with each other, that's when they also feel unified. So like I have a lot of blue in here, so that affects the shadows and the clouds, that affects the water, that affects like the environment and all that stuff. So there's just multiple aspects. And this is like really rough. I don't think it's like super accurate, but I think it shows the colors pretty well for the most part. I'm so excited to put this in the envelope. It's really satisfying to do.
What is this, dude?
What is that?
That's ridiculous.
You should have black and white of that piece? Yeah, sure. I'm gonna have to put like a black layer on top real quick. So like I made this piece very low value. So it looks like this. Very, very low value range. Mostly like really, really bright brights and not as dark darks. This is like, the darkest would probably be like a 40 or 50% gray.
Which means deep blues you are not able to use at full chroma.
Yep.
So if Christina went in here and grabbed a blue and drew with it.
Oops, wrong thing.
It's too dark.
Too dark.
She'd have to add white to the blue, so you can't get any of those really, really full saturation blues, or else it would be too dark. But you can get full saturation yellows.
Yep.
If she grabbed a yellow, not that you guys can see it on TikTok, but if she grabbed a yellow,
Oh, yeah, that would be...
that's light enough.
That's light enough.
And if you turn it back to color, light enough.
Yep, light enough. It will work. And then you can just determine, like, does that saturation fit in your piece? If not, I can go lighter. And so I don't have a lot of saturation unless it's like the blue sky. So everything that's blue is more saturated than the rest. And then the green is like pretty powerful. So like I made sure that those were pretty close in value to make those colors pop. Probably. I think some artists do prefer to go with grayscale just to establish those relationships. And then when you add in color, you're basically just like trying not to break that. Well, you ready to wrap up?
Yeah. We can wrap it up. Don't forget, we got a figure drawing class coming up. Starts this Saturday.
Yes. Don't forget to sign up if you want it.
Yes, it's actually going to be 7 weeks long instead of 6 because we wanted to cover some extra stuff. So, yeah, you can go check it out. It's going to be the teal button on our website. It says, like, figure drawing and anatomy. You can check out the page.
Yeah.
And it starts this Saturday. You'll get feedback on all of your homework, and it's going to be a good time. It's gonna be a good time.
I always love life classes.
Yeah, it'll be our 3rd term running classes.
Yeah.
Apple's a baby Jack.
Apple Baby Jack? Apple Baby Jack. Oh, that's a good shot.
Look at him.
You got paws, feetsies, face, all in one shot. Happy baby.
Happy little baby.
Oh, I love his like little stretching out. It's so cute.
Stinky.
Stinky paws. He's not that fluffy. He's just fat. He's kind of he kind of has a big back, but can't help it. It's only $5 for all the 7 weeks. $5?
What?
No. It's $500.
He's gonna
for
go
all 7
bother
weeks.
us. But if you already own Anime Art School, you get $100 off. So if you're
Yes.
thinking about getting it, and you have the Anime Art School already, there's a coupon that I will send you if you need it.
Hi, Apple. Apple beans. I'm gonna sniff the watercolor.
All right. Well, we're gonna head off.
Yep.
So thank you everybody for
Yes.
hanging out.
Thank you.
There we go. Thank you everybody for hanging out and showing up. We appreciate it. You can see Applejack's back. He's just sitting on the iPad. Here's the illustration. Quit that.
He's gonna
Quit
rub
it.
on it.
Quit it. Okay, never
No
mind.
touching the precious merchandise.
Meow, 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 meow. See ya.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye. Applejack, you're getting in the way now. See ya, YouTube.